because I didn't feel that satisfaction after a meal with a
Mhm.
fruity. It's almost like a.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like it was like
I've
it just made you want more.
I've tried all of those. It's like mango, and I don't really care for mango.
Oh yeah. Well, I like mangoes.
I don't like mango.
But
I got so many mango juices coming your way, buddy.
oh yeah. Yeah, I got a painting coming your way.
Are we on YouTube right now?
We are on YouTube right now. Are you not
See,
getting
Greg,
audio, Thomas?
This is what I do for fun.
Oh my God, you're talented.
And then if you flip it, go this, and
Yeah.
it's a different picture.
I do have my.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that acrylic or is it oil or what is it?
Acrylic. I use acrylic because it dries fast.
Yeah.
I like
Wow.
it. Yeah, I've done a lot of paintings.
Do
If
you
look
just
over
do
there.
that as a hobby or do you sell it?
Working.
Well,
Working fine.
I've been doing it as a hobby, and then people are starting to buy them off me.
my
So
God.
like on the wall over there, I got a whole bunch of them.
He's on Steam It now. He's making tall salad on Steam It.
Yeah, I haven't posted anything in a while, so I'm trying to slam this painting tonight. But yeah, I've made about what $180 on Steam It.
From selling paintings?
No, from people looking at paintings and liking them.
Oh.
And then on top of selling them, I probably have another $300-400.
I wanted to buy one of Thomas Bitcoin's paintings, but
he's in chat.
Turned out, huh?
He's in chat.
Well, it turned out the painting was really, really huge, and I thought it looked smaller than I thought it was, and it's like, well, it's an expensive painting.
That's the problem with Thomas.
I don't have anywhere to put this huge painting, but I really wanted it, but I wanted it like way smaller than what it turned out to be. He paints really pretty stuff too.
He does.
He
hasn't done a live painting stream in a while though.
Well, I don't think what's his name has had any shows where people have been on, has there? CW Painting.
He's been talking about doing one. I don't know if he's going to. I invited him to this tonight, I think.
That's where I always watched Thomas, the Bitcoin guy, paint.
See, this is the one that Jerry bought.
Wait a minute, the one of the monster or the one of the castle?
The one with Cthulhu.
The monster. Cthulhu.
Of course, I bought that one.
And then I have that castle one there. Is it good? Right here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big painting. I like that one. And then random ones that I've painted.
Oh, I like your Mona Lisa.
The Morty Lisa.
She's slobbering, isn't she? There's going to be slobber go right down the crack of her balumbas there.
It's a him.
I got the ship right there.
Ooh.
Painted. And then this one.
Is that a scary clown?
No, it's like the Mexican.
It's the
Dead. Tell me who it really is.
Yeah. Airplane.
The Day of the Dead lady.
And an airplane right here. You see it?
I do see it.
Your sugar skull one's got up to $2.
Yeah.
And your Night Stalker's $23. Cthulhu's $87.
Those are already sold. This one was the most, I think.
And you
84.
sell these off of Steemit?
No.
No, that's just people looking at them and liking them.
Well, what is Steemit? I've heard of it, but I've never seen it or been to it.
It's like how I describe it would be like Instagram and Facebook, but with a blockchain incentive added into it.
What is blockchain? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Bitcoin. Blockchain is the Bitcoin technology.
It's a technology that enables Bitcoin.
Yeah,
It's generally an immutable chain. It's a chain of data which cannot be changed
because everybody has it.
because everyone has a copy. It's a transparent transaction ledger is what it is.
Yeah.
Everyone can see what happens on it. And Steemit takes advantage of that by placing the posts that people make on Steemit into that blockchain.
You might as well be talking Chinese.
It's a social network that can never be censored or altered or taken down.
Yeah, once it's on there, it's on there.
What right. Is it a video streaming service?
No. It's like Facebook posting only. You can post a video link, you can post a picture, you can post a story. It's not any one particular media type.
Okay. So it's just another social network then?
Sort of.
It's a social network, sort of, but what they did was they added a cryptocurrency into it, right? And so then what the cryptocurrency does is it incentivizes you to put out good content. Because if you don't put out good content, you're not going to get people to like it.
And if they don't like it, everyone, depending on how much influence they have, because people like their stuff because they're putting out real content. If they upvote or vote for you, if they like your content, then their influence will raise your influence, because if someone who's influential likes you, then you become by de facto influential too, but not as much.
Do they put pornography on?
Yes, they do.
Do they put like weird televangelists and Seventh-day Adventists and stuff on it?
In the porn section?
No, just on this Steemit section.
I haven't really seen much of that.
I'm on it right now. I can search for you.
They'll probably have they have everything. It's everybody, everything, nothing censored, nothing's off limits.
Is it controlled by Jews?
No.
It could be.
No.
I can't.
Here,
I can't.
I've got it up
otherwise.
on the screen. I'm putting it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I've never even seen it.
This is what it looks like.
I've never seen it either until Jerry told me go on Steemit, you'll do good, and apparently I'm doing good.
Well, who is the corporation or the owner behind it? It must be some kind of profitable thing.
I don't know. I don't know that answer, but I think they get paid in. Okay, so when they started the site, they also started a new cryptocurrency called Steem, and that's what drives the site is the Steem money currency, the coins, whatever. These guys who work there may be just paid only in that currency, and I don't think there was a corporation behind it. I think it was kind of an organic thing.
Do you use cryptocurrency?
I don't use it. I invest in some.
He invests, and doesn't use it.
Well, now wait a minute. How can you invest in it? Do you get paid back in real money or in Bitcoin?
You can.
You can get paid back in real money?
You have to convert it. Yeah.
It's just like buying in the stock market. You set up an account with an exchange, and then you give them money, and they'll give you the coins in return, and then you wait for your coins to increase in value, and then you sell your coins. Or with Bitcoin, you can also go to vendors and sites and coffee shops that accept Bitcoin and pay for stuff there. But most people use it as an investment, I think.
How would you know which one? I mean, there's like more than Bitcoin. There's one called Urethra or something.
No. Ethereum. That's interesting.
Urethrium?
Ethereum.
Ethereum. Okay.
Ethereum.
And now there's a Steem one?
There's been a Steem one.
There's Litecoin.
There's almost
Steem.
900 coins right now.
Well, so how do you know which one's really gonna?
You have to research them. It takes work.
Yeah, there's
I'll tell you the popular ones right now.
chats.
Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Omise Go. I like, and what's another one?
Yeah, but that's because they're all over $100. That's why they're
No,
popular.
Omise Go's like $10 or $12. Ripple is the other one I like, and this new one that's coming out called Wild. Which
it just seems like if you get a lot of people to talk about your Bitcoin, it goes up. You know what I mean?
No, well, that's
Bitcoin,
I've only
your
bought.
Coin.
I've only bought into.
No, but like, listen to my thought. If you make a coin, right? If you invent a coin, the only way your coin is going to make money or increase in value is if your popularity goes up, right? Because it just works off of people buy into it, the price goes up.
So not really.
Yeah. Because if nobody invests in it and you put it out, it's going to stay at nothing.
Right,
so to get investment, you have to have some popularity,
let me answer you or what?
Some flash.
Let me answer. Some coins aren't made with a purpose, but some are. There's a lot of coins, like the ones I've decided to pay attention to, have a point or a purpose. They're being used in an economy that's being built by that company. For instance.
Oh, I see.
There's Steam It is a good example, but that's not kind of what I'm talking about more. So there's one called Wild is one example, right? They're going to license their platform to game companies to wire it into their games, and then that will be the transactions for all the games. You buy everything you want. They'll replace gold and WoW, that kind of stuff.
So it's like Amazon coins.
Yeah, it's exactly that, except it'll be traded on a marketplace that you can buy and sell it.
I use Amazon coins all the time.
Yeah, but you have to buy them from Amazon, and that's the problem. They can change the value at any time.
Yeah,
this is more. These are more fluid. They're more.
I buy games with Amazon coins, though.
They're more
I get it.
Unfuckable. I don't know how they would say that.
Just what I said. I think the best thing about it is that, like, okay, you have to buy Amazon coins to buy apps, but you have to pay whatever Amazon says they cost. If you could pay with, say, these Wild tokens, you could maybe. I got mine for 15 cents each, maybe, and they'll be worth $1 when they're in the Amazon store.
Yeah,
I mean, I get the.
Yeah, so you're getting a deal.
Right, if and that's the thing. If you just buy them from only Amazon, then you've got no deal. You got to take what they give you.
Sometimes Amazon gives you free ones.
I know, but their games suck. I don't know.
I like their games. I'm playing one right now about flowers.
So,
wait, is it Plants vs. Zombies?
No, it's sort of like Candy Crush or Bejeweled, except it's flowers.
If you have a coin, let's say Wild coin, and it's going to be used in the market to buy games or buy currency in games, and that currency rises up past the dollar value, why would you buy into it? Or would the ratio of how many coins you buy for something go down?
It would really depend on how.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you think it's going to go up further, then how? Why wouldn't you want to hold on to it? I really don't see what do you mean exactly?
Okay, let's say you bought it for 15 cents and you go into the Amazon store and they're worth $1. But let's say those coins in the market value went up to $300.
Right. Why would you buy?
You're not going to go to Amazon with that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Why would you go and buy an app in Amazon that coin's worth $1, but on the market's worth $300?
If the Amazon store was using those coins as their actual marketplace, then you would get $300 worth of apps for that coin.
Oh, I see.
That's the thing. That's kind of. It was probably a bad example of why that's a good thing, but.
No, you see the problem that could occur with that is that if they said no, we're only taking $1 per coin.
Right. Well, what they would do is that Amazon would create their own coin, but they would never do that because then they can't control the price of the coin. That's the whole point of issuing them.
Yeah.
But they already have their own coins.
I know they're not going to do this. I was just using it as an example.
Do you see that Jamie Dimon went in and shit all over Bitcoin? The price fell like dramatically.
Yeah, well, actually, this was going to be part of my distractions next week thing. I was talking
Yeah.
is that it was kind of a double whammy. At the beginning of the week, China came out and said, well, okay, China didn't come. A report over Reuters from someone,
Yeah.
a report over Reuters claimed that China was going to ban Bitcoin or Bitcoin exchanges or crypto. It was very vague. It was not verified. It was just a statement from someone who heard it from another guy that came out as news. And the market crashed over that. 2 days later, Jamie Dimon comes out and says, Bitcoin is fraud. And it goes down.
Does that kind of show you the problem with it?
No, there's two things here. First of all, what really happened? I think it was a controlled effort to manipulate the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin was over $4,300 at the point at the beginning of last week. It was close to $5,000, right? After the China
it
thing,
peaked over 5,000, and then it dropped again.
Okay, it was around 5. The China thing came out, it dropped down, and then Jamie Dimon came out and it crashed down to 32. It went down below 3,200. I think my gut tells me that was a bankster move to manipulate the market because they wanted in, and they weren't going to pay $4,200, $5,000 for a Bitcoin.
Is that how much one of them cost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Holy shit! For just one?
Yeah, it's gone up.
Yeah.
I mean, they were
What
like a
did it
penny
look
like 10 years ago when they first came out. They were a penny or less.
Didn't it look like anything?
No, they aren't real.
Why would somebody pay $5,000 for something that's not real?
You can buy other shit with it.
Because you're buying into the system. You're not buying the coin.
It's like
you're
a
buying
share of
into
stock that you can use as money.
Yeah. If I was going to buy $5,000, I'd buy some gold.
No,
pretty.
You're not like what I'm saying is you're not buying a Bitcoin. You're buying into the blockchain system. That's what you have to do when you're looking into these things. Is you have to understand what the technology is, and then really that's what you're buying, the technology, pretty much. Not in so many words, but
this shit's going to be over my head for as long as I live. I'm not going to understand this when I'm dead and stinking in the earth.
Well, I didn't understand it. Then Jerry.
I've had it explained to me by several different people, and I don't know why anybody would want something that's not real. I'd rather have a pretty piece of gold.
Gold's not going to buy groceries.
Yeah, but it's beautiful to look at.
You can't eat it. Not eat Bitcoins either.
You can eat it.
Oh, I've had it in a salad. It was little flakes of it, and it was beautiful, but it didn't taste like anything.
I heard.
But yeah, you can eat gold.
The ancient Egyptians used to eat it and then time travel or teleport or something.
I could get down with that. I could get behind something like that.
That would be expensive.
Yes, Omar, it is monopoly money. It's not real. It's a virtual currency. I thought it was funny. Back in 2007, there was a couple companies that started up that were going to be players in the virtual currency space. One of such got bought by Visa and is now part of Visa as their virtual currency, department wing. But they wanted to take over. They wanted to make, I guess, the way I looked at it was Visa wanted in on the money that Blizzard was making in the World of Warcraft auction houses, and all the the internal stores of all the games. Because not that money, the currency in the games, has a value per se, but the company can make the game harder, which would make the output of that coin, say gold, right? You have to kill so many things to get so many gold coins in a game.
Yep.
But if they make it a little bit harder, then maybe you're only going to get 50 every 10 minutes instead of 60.
Yeah.
So they can regulate the currency price that way. And I think Visa saw that, and these other companies saw that, and they wanted to be this backbone, this network of microtransactions of these virtual currencies. So I don't think that's gone anywhere since the cryptos have taken off. I think the cryptos are going to be that new backbone. These coins like Playcoin and Wildcoin.
Yeah.
The game of World of Warcraft is MK. I know everything's mind control, Omar, pretty much.
How long has World of Warcraft been going for now?
At least 10 years, maybe 9.
That's one that I never played.
I played for like a year and a half, maybe, until I just couldn't. I got tired of doing killing the same shit over and over again. It was in the beginning. It was really. It came out in 2004. Almost.
You're at the start. At the start, you're killing a blue spider with a green sword, and then by the end, you're killing a green spider with a blue sword.
Fuck your tokens into their grave. Thank you, Thomas. And Thomas says Thomas says that cryptocurrencies are about free speech and liberty from debt slavery. Yes, that's true if they are truly, not part of the banking system, which no one can really tell.
How come Thomas isn't talking on this program?
Well, he didn't get the memo.
I figured Thomas would be getting pretty triggered there from our Bitcoin discussion.
He should get his ass in here. The Hangout link is in the Slack room, Thomas. Always is.
Where's the black room at?
It's the Slack room.
What's that?
Susan's here.
Oh, it's about fucking time.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Hey, where were you?
How are you?
Taking a shower.
You're busting my stones. When's a high? When's a high? When's a high? And then you don't even show up.
I know, sorry. No, I'm here.
Well, you're a little late. So
yeah, we're done.
Right,
we're done. Take care.
14 minutes late.
Good night, everybody.
Well, no, we're that seat's
Susan.
been taken. Seat's taken.
Kiss my ass, motherfucker. You can call me Suze. You can call me Suzanne. You can call me Kiss my ass, but don't call me Susan. What?
Nothing. I'm talking to myself.
I'm over here in my living room.
I sent you an invite.
How are you doing, Greg?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
I just got a link from Jerry Cthulhu on my Skype.
You're invited to this hive.
I invited him to the Slack channel.
Oh, the Slack. Oh, good.
I don't know what that is.
Just click the link and sign up. It's where we congregate when we're not congregating here.
Are you guys still doing the Slack? I haven't been on there in forever.
You don't have to. There's nothing going on there.
Then why the hell are you inviting me to this boring
Because
place?
that's where the links are to the Hangouts.
That's where the links come from.
Oh my god.
You can talk in there.
Hilarious.
Sean's not coming, Dick.
Who?
Sean.
Sean.
Kilgar.
Oh.
Busy.
Oh, Sean.
He says he's busy. I'm saying busy doing the work you were supposed to do yesterday.
Oh.
Yes.
The proposal.
Is that one mean guy going to be here?
Mean guy. Which mean guy?
Oh.
We have lots of mean guys.
A cult fan?
Nah.
Oh, he's not mean. He's just.
That's what he does.
Well, he sure said.
Eccentric.
Yeah, no. It was
He's
a strange
cool
night.
The link is in the Hangout in the Slack room, and he's got a link. So.
You guys were all blaming it on the.
On the eclipse.
Eclipse. I didn't get any of that energy.
Eclipse.
I think it was like a full moon too.
I didn't get any of that energy because I'm in Canada.
Because you're androgynous.
I'm androgynously Canadian. What the fuck does that mean, Jerry? Why are you putting big words in my mouth?
Have eclipses where you live, do they?
Yeah, like every once in a while. I think we're gonna get one in 2044. It's just the way the planets or the flat Earth rotates. For dipshits that think that's real. Just trigger everybody right away.
There you go.
If the Earth was flat, then the cats would have launched everything off it already.
That's exactly right. Why do people care what shape the Earth is?
Because people want to think they know something more than everyone else.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not gonna go getting off of this place, so I don't know about why would I care what shape it is? I can't do nothing about it.
I don't know.
It's the fact. A huge, gigantic lie.
Maybe it's the government is lying. It's always the government is lying.
Government lies every time it opens its mouth.
They do lie,
That's
but
right.
I don't know if the flat Earth is really what we should concentrate on their lies being.
Okay,
in my
Obama.
opinion. What?
Remember how many times we say we don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society?
Oh, well, he's a dickhead. That's why he has hired
I
a
know.
dickhead. A dickhead with a
God.
man wife.
His wife had a dickhead.
Well, I never saw it, so I don't know.
I just saw the ramifications of it on her dress.
Yeah, I never got to examine it personally, but I take enough of a scholarly interest to have detected a bit of a bulge.
Do you guys really think that?
What, that she was he was she? She?
Yeah, why not?
That
It could be fun.
I think a lot of people in the public eye that are on television are not sex that they appear to be, or even real.
That's so weird. Why would you have to lie?
Teasing everybody.
Different. Yeah. I'm gonna say something bad, so we'll just leave
Go for it.
No.
Start out the evening right.
Yeah.
Oh, Harry Dean Stanton died today.
I know. I couldn't believe he was 91 years old.
Who the hell is that? I've heard the name, but I can't remember. It's not coming up in my database.
You'd know if you saw him. He played.
You're not getting a download?
He was in Repo Man.
Oh.
Well, he just had a fairly substantial role in the new Twin Peaks series, too.
He was in the old one, right?
He was in Fire Walk with Me, but he wasn't in the actual television show.
I binged watched the first series, the first one, and I didn't get it. What is it? I didn't like it in any way. I'm not a big David Lynch fan. Maybe that's part of it. It may have clouded my judgment.
I'm not a big David Lynch fan either.
The fact that I don't like David Lynch movies, and like the last two I'd seen before I watched that Twin Peaks show, just turned me off totally. Like, I'm never going to see a fucking David Lynch movie again.
What are they?
Quentin Tarantino has that effect on me.
Yeah, but his last the hell was it? The Django one was good. I like that one.
I like Django.
It was Mulholland Drive. I just could not.
I don't care for that one either. That's probably my least favorite film he's done.
Mulholland Drive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was for me. So.
I really like Blue
Velvet. Just too long and drawn out.
Oh, man.
I couldn't get into Blue Velvet.
That was a trippy fucking movie.
Yeah, it was really trippy.
I only saw it once when it came out, so I can't say I should watch it.
I love Dune.
Me too.
Yeah.
Even the cheesy version.
The what version?
Well, when it first came out, it was like 3 and some odd hours long. It was really long, and nobody knew what the hell was going on. Because a lot of the beginning...
They try to make a TV show out of it, too?
They did.
They did make a TV.
They made 2, actually. 3.
Children of Dune also.
Right. 3.
Called Dune?
There was Dune. There was a Dune miniseries on ABC. One was on Sci-Fi. There's 2 of those. And then one of them did a follow-up, Children of Dune. So there were like 3 TV miniseries.
Well, the one that was on ABC was the extended version of the film that David Lynch directed.
Well, that's what I was talking about. When it first came out, it didn't have that extended edition. Those voiceovers weren't in the original movie.
That's right.
And nobody knew what the hell was going on. And then he went back in and did all those voiceovers, and that's what made it longer. And they added the extra scenes.
Right. Well, David Lynch didn't authorize that, but the De Laurentiis group that had the rights to it.
But he added all kinds of weird shit to it, like those heart plugs.
Oh yeah, he did. Well, that's David Lynch being David Lynch.
I know, but that's not true to Frank Herbert, and that's just wrong. But I still love the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Is it based on a book or something?
Yeah.
It's based on
it's a series of books.
In library.
I think I remember watching it, but it's not clicking in my brain, so it must have been like a little kid.
It's probably my favorite science fiction film.
Definitely.
I remember this spice and something like worms.
Right.
That's about it.
Sandworms.
Okay, so I've seen something about it.
Ride the snake.
I should look into that.
It's it's interesting. It's an interesting movie, and you got to think, while you're watching it, okay, what does this relate to here? Because, you want to look at it in terms of what Frank Herbert's describing in those books is a model of the world today in his time, or what he foresaw. So how does that relate down? And what does the spice represent? What do the worms represent? What does it all mean?
Well, the spice could represent heroin nowadays.
No, it's something more. I think it's something more esoteric than that.
I would think it would be more like something like oil or something.
Maybe. Could just be energy too.
Well, the spice was what allowed them to fold space, and that was their primary way to travel.
Right. So I mean, to me, that's the spice is a DMT thing.
But then, if they did the spice, their eyes went really bright blue or something.
Yeah, they became enlightened.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay.
That's the way I always took it. And the whole thing about water, how they're all the Fremen, the people who live on the planet Arrakis, the dune planet that the Atreides family went to. The Fremen, the group of natives, they all worship water. Water was their gold. And
their gold.
That's because it never rained on Arrakis.
Right. Well, it makes sense. I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm just saying that was another subtext of something. That could be oil.
Yeah.
I should watch that movie again.
It's a wonderful picture.
You should read the book, actually. Why can't I pull up any web pages?
Maybe your internet's malfunctioning.
No, you know why? It's because I have to fucking wait for all the ads to come up first before the story comes up.
Don't you use an ad blocker?
No.
Oh, you ought to.
I'd rather just not surf the web.
I hardly ever see an ad.
I just wanted to get a story about Harry Dean Stanton to retweet.
Well, he's completely dead.
I know, so there's no hurry, but it's still distracting me. All I want is copy or paste headline into a tweet, which is now done.
I just couldn't believe that when they said he was 91 years old. You talk about somebody who aged gracefully.
He looks like an old fart.
Well, yeah, but he's looked the same for 30 years.
No, he hasn't. He looks old now.
He looked old then.
But compare that to like Repo Man. He was in Repo Man.
I thought he looked old the first time I gazed upon him.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah, that's him.
He's completely dead. Yeah.
All dead.
He was in 6 Feet, or not 6 Feet Under, that Mormon show.
Sister Wives?
No. On HBO.
And that's him from Repo Man, I think.
With fucking the dude that died earlier this year. Or did he die this year? Fuck.
That's a great scene.
Oh my God, what is this?
Life of a Repo Man's always intense.
He was the preacher for that movie on HBO, or for that show on HBO. Bill Pullman. No, not Bill Pullman.
I remember. Yeah. It was Bill Pullman.
Damn it.
He died too.
Bill Pullman died?
Bill Pullman died?
No, not Bill Paxton is who you're talking about.
Yeah, Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Yes. When did he die? It was in he was having surgery or something.
Yeah, Lee just said I can't get into Twin
February
Peaks.
25th.
And everyone says it's got tons of symbolism. Everything has tons of symbolism. It seems you can't even see all of it.
How old was Stanton?
91.
91.
Bill Paxton was 61.
And that's what?
Died from complications following heart surgery on February 25th.
Who else was in that? What was the name of the show? We should find out and see if anyone else is dead. Maybe it was some kind of payback. So all these people are dying. HBO more. It was a polygamy show, right?
Yeah.
Was
Big
it called
Love.
Big Love?
Big
Yeah.
Love.
Big
Yep.
Love. Okay, Big Love. Here we go. See who's live. Leading cast: Bill Paxton, dead. Jean Triplehorn.
She's not dead. She
Okay.
lives.
Triplehorn. You get a pop.
Chloe was in.
Not dead. Oh, she looks familiar. Oh yeah, I remember that. I hate that. Chloe Savini.
Jennifer Goodwin.
Chloe
Yeah.
Savini. Not dead. Goodwin. Not.
Bruce Dern. He's not dead.
He's almost dead.
He looks like he's dead.
Sort of dead.
Are you sure he's not dead?
I think he is
I
dead.
don't know. I don't. He died.
He
Bruce-
can be next.
No, he's not dead. He's 81.
Isn't he Laura Dern's father?
He is.
Yes.
Brian Kerwin. Remember him?
Brian Kerwin? Yes, I do know who he is.
Yeah, he wasn't in like Disney movies or something.
Is he dead?
No, I'm thinking of Lance Kerwin. Never mind. No, he's not dead.
Lance Kerwin was in Salem's Lot.
Yes. But never mind. No one's dead. Just those two. So it's just Paxton. Maybe there's nothing there.
Lance
No, they were
Kerwin
there.
is a minister.
Is he?
Just a coinky dink.
Kerwin. I can picture his face. I can't remember the movie he was in.
He's in Salem's Lot.
Yeah. But he was in something else too.
He was in a television series called James at 15.
Yes, that was it. I just have to ask you about all the young male TV shows.
I suppose if you want to know about him.
Aaron Paul was in that.
Here we go. Lance Kerwin. For those who don't remember, now they can.
He played Mark Petrie.
On Dick Van Dyke?
No. On Salem's Lot.
On what?
He was Mark Petrie in Salem's Lot.
Okay. I don't remember that show that much.
It wasn't a show. It was a film.
Oh, it was a TV miniseries.
It was directed by Toby Hooper, the guy who directed Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
Massacre.
Toby Hooper also did Gremlins, didn't he?
No, that was Richard Donner.
Jesus, this fucking cinephile over here. Oh, it's awesome. You know everything.
Poltergeist, that's what I'm thinking of.
Toby Hooper directed Poltergeist. Yeah.
Did you see they're making a new Tremors?
I didn't like the original.
Oh, I know. Like Tremors 4, The Beginning or something like that. How many beginnings can you have with these snake things?
All I remember was the one was like, what the hell is that? Looks like an ass blast. Let's just call them ass blasters. It goes, sounds like a bad porno film.
Tremors 6. Oh.
And the one guy had a bunker with a, yeah.
I watched...
that was an interesting one.
Which one was that?
The first Tremors. I remember as a kid we rented all three of them because they were all there, and yeah, they were in the cheap aisle.
Didn't the third one have Michael Gross in it?
I think he was in the first one for sure. I mean, I know he was.
I think he was the only one that stayed constant through the first three.
What, Kevin Bacon didn't do anymore?
I think he was only in the first one. I didn't like those movies.
The first one was funny. I mean, it was a comedy.
Yeah, they were more humorous than they were serious, in my opinion.
I went and saw the new Stephen King picture. That was pretty good.
And you saw Dark Tower too, right?
Oh yeah, I love that.
I saw the new Transformers movie.
Is Mark Wahlberg in it?
He is, and he's shirtless too. You will like it, Aaron.
I like Mark Wahlberg. I saw him when he came here with the Funky Bunch.
Is that a condition or a band?
No, he was a rapper. It was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh, back before it was.
They
famous.
sang that song called "Good Vibrations." We're getting the Wahlburgers here.
Wow.
Get that good vibration.
You know, Wahlburgers?
Yep.
Damn.
For Coach Jelly.
I'm gonna eat one if they've got like a vegetarian one made of textured wheat gluten.
Made of wheat gluten?
That's my preferred meat substitute, textured wheat gluten.
You don't like
But you
tempeh?
can't get it in gluten-free variety.
Probably not.
It's gluten.
In fact, I would be
gluten is
questioning
full
if you
wheat.
could. So anyway, this new Transformers movie, it's called The Last Night.
Yep.
What's your take on it?
Did you see it?
I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it. Besides the fact that it was Michael Bay and it was full of explosions and nonsense, and it was a total U.S. military propaganda film. Besides that,
Yeah, it was.
It was good. And I swear I saw Pepe the Frog in there. There's a whole bunch of stuff written on back walls in a lot of fast scenes. And
will my kids enjoy it?
Oh yeah, if they like watching shit blow up, or cars somehow transform into robots. The theme that I felt that was most strong in that was, and it was even, it's the whole thing that magic is just advanced tech that we don't understand. That Arthur C. Clarke quote, which is actually quoted by Wahlberg in the film. And
yeah, it is.
It starts out with Merlin, who's a drunk charlatan, basically, played by Stanley Tucci. And he begs the robots for some help, and they give him this magic wand, staff of power, which helps them win the war, yada, yada, yada. The war against the Saxons.
So they start like way back in history.
The
it's
story,
about the Knights Templar.
But even before then, I mean, they were talking. The way it seemed is like the robots have always been here. And then when Optimus Prime spews bullshit at the end about how we have something buried on the planet that's more important than you will ever know, human, that whole speech.
Yep.
And the horn thing, that's the unitard, I forget what they called it, the unicorn or unicron. Sorry. Which is just like, it's unicorn, anagram unicorn. So what they're saying is that there's something buried in the earth that's important to humanity. And to me, it's like, okay, well,
find it.
Does that mean that we are like the new Cylons? Is that what you're getting at here? That you're the old ones and we're the new ones?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought of. That
you know what I've been watching, Jerry?
That they're the seed race of humans. What?
I've been watching Battlestar Galactica. So it's funny that you would say Cylons.
Yeah, when he said Cylons, I thought of Battlestar. Are you watching the old one or the remake?
The remakes. I like the remake ones. They're pretty good.
I think they were talking about the Holy Grail.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? That didn't even come up.
Because they fucking went to the... Yeah, it was about the Knights Templar, and they went to... What?
There were no Knights Templar.
You just said
they
that
were talking
movie was
about the
Knights Templar.
I did not.
You did
no, I said
Jerry.
No.
I said it. It's called Night. What was it called?
The Last Night.
The Last Night.
There were 12. Okay. There were 12 Autobots on the planet to guard humanity, and that staff. There's some connection between.
This movie's not about the Knights Templar.
No, it's about.
There was Knights Templar all ingrained in that. It was all over in that movie. I'll rewatch it.
Not really. It was all Arthurian. That was ingrained in it. So whatever that relates to. I don't relate Arthurian legend with Templars.
The Arthurian legend was all about them trying to find the Holy Grail.
That's not what the movie's about.
Suzanne said it was.
Okay, then I'll watch it again and I'll let you know, Greg.
It doesn't sound like a typical Michael Bay movie.
It is. It's got lots of explosions and lots of military.
So it's just really stupid then.
No, it's an interesting story.
No, it's really good.
I hate Michael Bay movies.
I do too. That's why I was surprised that I liked it. No scene is over like 3 seconds long or stay still.
I always feel like I've been assaulted after I come out of one of his movies. You don't watch a Michael Bay movie, you get raped by it.
Yeah, beautiful.
God.
Thank you
Things
for
get
those
raped by
words.
it, right?
That's how I felt after I came out of the movie Seven.
Oh, I didn't like.
Ugh. I hated that
It
movie.
was creepy.
Yes.
With Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Morgan
love that
Freeman.
guy.
Brandon,
it was really
Brandon,
creepy.
get in here.
Who?
Brandon's in chat.
He's
He likes to
probably
hang out.
busy entertaining his family.
Likes to hang out in chats.
The cool thing about so anyway, there was a lot of writing on the wall behind in some of these cutscenes. I think I saw a cack, that not cack, but the Pepe the
Frog.
Frog image in one scene, like in the background on a wall. I got to go through it again because there were a bunch of scenes that were pretty that presented interesting symbolism in just like one quick flash. And the reason I thought about the planet being seeded by the bots
Look at it.
is because as their planet began to heal in the end, Suzanne, there was grass. Remember they crashed into a grassy area?
Yeah.
And that the other thing in there that all the parts of that planet that had blown apart into those strings were honeycomb. There were honeycomb chunks. Honeycomb Earth.
Like a hive?
Yep.
Mm.
Merlin and the Knights of the Round Table. But I felt like there was Knights Templar stuff in there too because of going back to her dad's study, and I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff I saw in there, but
Suzanne,
was
look
really
at my camera.
let me get back. Oh, awesome. Good.
Wait, let me see.
No.
Oh, this is your yin yang?
Yeah.
It looks like he's got a pair of balls on for a chin.
He's not done with it.
I can't see his chin.
Oh, it's his breastplate.
There's
Never mind.
there's no head yet.
There's no
head
face
yet.
yet.
I thought that was like
That's
a ball.
why I can't see the chin.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's your camera stopped.
And then this one.
Stopped like trying to adjust. I like it because they're in the water.
Yeah, and then this guy's yeah. There you go. Continue.
If you send me pictures, I'll put them up in a slideshow so everyone can enjoy them. Brandon
How
says,
come the people can't see him?
Brandon,
Why?
I can see him.
Can you?
You can see me.
Honey,
Yeah.
can you see me?
Can you?
So, did you all see the Cassini stuff? You wanted to see the ravioli planet, right?
I would like to see that. I'd like a big plate of ravioli right now.
I would too.
Cassini bullshit.
Mushroom.
Uh-oh.
Green.
It's so fake. It's not even funny. It's all CGI.
So-
Look what we sent up into space. We're gonna draw it all for you.
I wanted to show the ravioli planet first.
Okay.
But if we didn't go to space, then where does Corey Good go? Sorry, I had to do that.
Here you go, Greg.
Now, what do I have to do to see it, Jerry?
Just look at the screen.
I just click on his face.
Wait,
I can only see Malcolm McDowell
Just
having
put it in the
drops put in
chat?
his
Hold
eye.
on. I can fix this. Guess I could do this. Boom. That's the wrong one, isn't it? Can you see?
I can only see Malcolm McDowell.
See?
Wait a minute. Oh, it looks like a amniocentesis picture.
It looks like a ravioli.
If somebody presented that thing on a plate to me, I'd run screaming from it. That doesn't look like any ravioli I want to eat.
or planetoid or whatever.
That thing's supposed to be a planet.
Yes.
What happened to it?
It got squashed.
By who?
Oh, angry aliens, perhaps.
Why does it look like
I
that?
don't know. They don't know either. Nobody knows.
Are you sure that's a planet? What's that thing?
That's the same thing.
That thing's supposed to be a planet?
It's a ravioli moon of Saturn.
Moon.
It's a moon, allegedly.
Well, I don't like the looks of it.
No, it looks like Gamera from Gamera. You remember Gamera?
Sure, he was a turtle when he flew.
Right. That's what that looks like. But he's got his legs tucked in. He's all tucked. So
Looks like a scrotum.
compare this to that Cassini ravioli planet. It's pretty close. Like, take this, and you could put legs on here for sure. Totally. Ravioli. Turtle. Gamera. Okay. Anyway,
I don't like it.
it's crazy.
I thought it was going to look more like pasta.
It does look like pasta, but just stony pasta.
It didn't have any sauce on it or anything.
There's no bolognese sauce on it.
It's a beurre blanc.
I just want ravioli.
My favorite sauce is bolognese.
For pasta.
Mm-hmm. For pasta.
Yeah.
Mine is olive oil and garlic.
I like Alfredo. But my favorite sauce overall would be Béarnaise.
Oh, I love béarnaise sauce.
Mm, béarnaise sauce.
I could honestly. Well, never mind. I won't discuss what I would do
for
for
probably
béarnaise
going to
sauce.
do what I do. I just eat it out of the bowl, spoon, like it's a soup.
When I get béarnaise, it's usually
I
I like it on
antipasta.
steak. Like I haven't had a
I
steak.
do too.
I haven't had a steak in years. But if I went to ever go to Ruth's Chris, like that kind of steakhouse, I would always get béarnaise sauce. And I would get extra béarnaise sauce, and I would dump it all on top of my filet.
I do the
I
same
like
thing.
hollandaise sauce.
Well, hollandaise is a next door neighbor to Béarnaise.
It's a base.
I
of béarnaise.
know.
You add tarragon vinegar and tarragon leaves, and you got yourself capers
Okay.
too.
Ixnay on the capers, eh?
Capers are delicious. In like a
Yeah.
piccata sauce.
The little fishies.
They're not fish.
No.
Those are
Aren't they like a
anchovies.
little oniony type of a thing?
They're bitter.
Isn't that like a pepper?
Oh, kipper. I fucked up.
Caper.
I think kippers are the little fish things.
Those are
Yeah,
yes.
I caught that. Thank you.
It's English. Capers are, I believe they're juniper berries. I'm looking it up. I don't remember.
They remind me of little oniony type things, the way they taste.
They're edible flower buds.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes them even more appealing, doesn't it?
Mm. They're called caper berries, or the fruit of. It doesn't say.
The caper tree?
No, it
The
doesn't.
caper
It
bush?
says it's a Caparis spinosa, which who knows what that is. It's just it's a Caparis tree or bush.
But what are they good for?
They're good for piccata. About it.
They taste good.
I love caper, and I don't like mustard. Mustard sucks.
Oh, I love mustard.
Ooh, I love mustard too.
Honey mustard.
Well, I will eat mustard on a hot dog. I'll give you that.
I like
like
some
it.
Dijon.
Bolognese is spelled
I do
like
too.
Bologna because it's from Bologna.
I like all mustard. I like that kind they give you in the Chinese restaurant, and it goes up your sinuses and makes your nose have snot come out of it and shit.
It's like
Wasabi?
it clears
That's
your
not-
head in
Uh,
10 seconds.
What wasabi?
That's not mustard. That's wasabi. Yeah, wasabi. Oh, I love wasabi.
That's
You got a
good
sinus
enough.
infection? Go get some wasabi.
My kids are funny. We went to the grocery store and they could pick out a treat, whatever treat they wanted. They picked sushi.
Do they like it?
Yes, especially the ones that have like the raw piece of salmon or the raw piece of tuna. That's the go-to for
Oh
them.
my god! Isn't
love-
that like a
That's my
California
kids.
roll?
I love raw tuna.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like
I
one of the
yeah.
things I would eat if I had to.
yeah.
Ick.
Not me.
Any
Scal-
fish you can eat
scallops.
raw.
No,
Greg,
actually,
you and
they have so
I.
many worms in them now. I don't know. I haven't had sushi
Well-
in years, but there just
I
seems to be
don't
too many
wanna eat
parasites in these things that come out of
anything.
this.
Come squirming out of the sea. Yuck.
One of the best sushi meals I
Yeah.
had was in San Francisco, and they were serving fresh scallops, which the guy pulled out of the tank, cut it up, and served it to me right there. It was so good.
Ugh.
If you like
Yeah.
scallops, you really like this.
Oh yes.
don't
I'm
like
a
scallops.
seafood junkie.
Yeah, me too.
Ugh.
I don't trust seafood.
I don't either. I think it needs to stay in the aquarium where God put it.
I took my kids to the Georgia Aquarium a few years ago, or probably 10 years ago. But we're walking around in there, and I said to him, I'm getting hungry for sushi now. Look at all those fish. I swear,
They're like,
I actually
Dad!
think they put a sushi restaurant in the aquarium.
Oh my goodness. Well, there
That
you
guy's-
go.
Yeah.
Oh, smart.
I don't know.
Today we're having some delicious scallops from Tank 7.
Yeah. Oh my
It was
god, I
funny,
watched
too.
that
Oh, go ahead.
documentary. What the Health?
Oh yeah.
I don't advise it. Anybody who likes to eat food.
Oh.
I never heard
I
of
was
that.
Are they
like,
just,
what
like,
the fuck are we
against all
supposed to
food?
eat?
Oh yeah.
Well, it was like a vegan. To me, it was, the guy was vegan.
You need to let your skin
And-
dry, let it flake off, and eat the flake.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Actually, the sunlight
Fuck.
too. I hear the sunlight is very
There's-
delectable. Also.
Only if you're a breatharian.
A breatharian.
Exactly.
I'm totally a breatharian.
Have you noticed
Yeah,
that
it was pretty bad.
in the last 3 weeks, the sun has moved like so far to the south, like where it sets in the sky.
Mhm.
You know, say it was due west, and in the last 3 weeks, it's moved from my vantage point 6 inches, and it still has another 2 months, right, till it goes back.
It'll go back on the 21st, won't it? December.
The solstice.
Oh, they just forgot to reposition the light.
Something. If you look at the video I shot yesterday and where it's at, if you look at some of my older videos over the summer, the sun was right between these two posts for the most part, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like this week, it shifted out of that position and then down further. It's just really weird. I haven't been able to film much because of rain, a cloud every night, cloudy sky, because of
the hurricane.
alleged hurricanes. I love how everyone's
The
talking
alleged
about.
hurricane.
You missed what I said at the beginning.
Oh,
Suzanne,
what?
is it? Well, you were not in the shit show thing last night. You were not there. So never mind that.
No, nobody fucking invited me.
Grim invited everybody. It was in Discord.
I didn't see it.
It's okay. You didn't miss
That's
much.
all right.
Feld said it was hilarious.
It was
Anyway.
hilarious to listen
I
to.
bet
It's
it
on
was.
Suzanne. It's the intro for Cruising the Steak.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh,
Something about the
about
hurricane.
the sun. Oh, the
Oh.
hurricanes.
All the people
Everybody's talking about the hurricanes.
talking about how it's there's a lot of people. I'll hear people saying, even people who are like normal, that it was steered or it's been manufactured or something, which may be the case, but seems to be everyone's number one thing that there was something weird about Irma. Oh, I know what I was going to say. In the intro, James has started to do like a news segment, like a tech news this week kind of thing, which I don't remember him actually getting to any of the stories, but he talked about doing it. He what? Anyway, so
He got sidetracked.
Oh wait, go ahead, Failed.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
I was thinking I didn't get motivated enough today to do it, so I was working. But I wanted to do like a same kind of thing, but the idea would be distractions. These are the distractions from last week. Do like a distractions last week tonight, and a show.
Ooh,
like
that'd be good.
Yeah, like Hurricane Irma was steered right into Florida. I thought that would be kind of cute.
Sucked up all the water out of the bays.
You know what Stuart Swerdlow and his wife with 4 names said that symbolically the 2 hurricanes, Harvey and Katia, if you look at the United States, he equated the Florida panhandle and the Texas part of the Gulf as the penis and scrotum of the United States. And those hurricanes were sending a symbolic message, were castrating and emasculating the United States, because Katia and Harvey had cut through Houston, which is where the alleged scrotal area is, and then the Irma went up what would be the urethra of the United States through Florida. It's in his expansions newscast. I didn't make that shit up. I just thought it was like, okay, that's a place to go.
My sister lives in Florida, where that hurricane was at, and she said it really wasn't all that bad. And she said she watched this guy from the Weather Channel, and she said he went and he stood somewhere where there's always water. It wasn't like water that was from the hurricane. There's always water in this wherever he was at. And they turned a fan on him to make it look like he was in bad weather and standing in water.
That's kind of what people have been saying, that the news
I
reports.
believe that.
My sister watched that, and Michael, lives there where that hurricane was, and he told me that everything was operating as normal, and when the news people came, they went to this Kroger and got the Kroger manager to shut the store down, and they had people line up outside like there was food shortages and stuff. And he said as soon as the news left, then Kroger opened back up and went on about its business.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Well, the power did go out and a couple things happened, but I mean, it was a tropical storm by the time it hit the coast. So
But if it's not doing enough exciting things for the news, they'll just go ahead and pretend like it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's been a claim
Like
of a lot of people.
they pretended to rescue that guy?
Like 9/11?
Yeah.
Didn't that just happen or something?
16 years ago. 4 days. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm makes a pretty tasty white cake that I like.
Dude, how about Milano's?
I don't know what
Those
that
are
is.
so good.
Doesn't know what Milano's. What kind of
Are
game
those
are
cookies
They
of
make a
some
bunch
sort,
of
maybe?
They're cookies.
Okay, I do know what they are, yeah.
They're the most delicious cookies
They're pretty good.
in the world.
I like those white cakes they make that are a rectangle shape.
Yeah.
Well, it's a square shape. I'm not
like
sure
it.
what shape it is, but it's got angles.
Hello, Brandon.
I like their wafers. Hello, I like their
Hi,
wafers.
Brandon.
I'm having one right now. Oh, that's a coincidence.
Are they
Brandon
wafer
Young
thin?
here.
Here.
Wafer thin wafers?
Mm-hmm.
What
I'm
you
gonna
doing,
mute.
Brandon?
Just having a little dinner, so I'm gonna mute for now. But I'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
So,
I wonder what he's eating.
I cut up.
Cookies.
I finally got to start editing some of the after chats we've been doing, that Nish and I've been doing on Wednesdays. Sorry. And I did the Brandon one, which I'm sure you saw, but the music I took apparently is not royalty free or not copyright free or whatever. And
I was wondering why that went off and then it came back on.
right, so I deleted it.
You deleted that?
I didn't delete it. I didn't delete it.
Okay.
I put the first one up, and then it had stuff in there that shouldn't have been in it, so I took that down and trimmed that stuff out.
Yeah, that's
put
right.
the tail end on. Yada yada yada, and I had a copyright violation, which is no big deal. I just don't want any.
Right.
And it's not a violation; it's a notice, which is different. It's not like somebody got mad at you. It's YouTube's way of making money on your videos instead of you making money on your videos.
Right.
So, I used their remove a song because it was only 30 seconds at the end, and I used their feature to remove the song. And I clicked it. You wait like 2 hours, and it tells you, "Oh, I couldn't do it." So I saved it back to the original, and I tried to overlay that with one of their stock songs, and it totally ruined the beginning and the end. So now it's all fucked up.
Great.
It's like I want to do it again because I want it to sound good because I want to do other things with that. Anyway.
Yeah, don't add music. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Do you ever go to freestockmusic.com, Jamie?
I do, and I actually pulled the song from there today to use.
Yeah, that's where all the music I use comes off of there.
Never heard of it.
I found something that was recorded live in a bar. I thought that was pretty safe.
It's not, and they don't charge you a thing for it. You don't do nothing. You just go get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, the billiards that gave it a nice bar atmosphere. I liked. Remember, Jerry? I told you.
Yeah, I did that. There's I found a, I don't know, 20, 30 minute soundtrack of background noise from a
I
billiard.
could do it. I could record a bar sound, hearing billiards cracking, people talking in the background, dishes clanging. And
That's exactly what I had.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I put that in the background because I wanted to give the atmosphere of like a bar conversation, kind of like we're just talking around a table having drinks, and this is the conversation. Like we did this thing, and then we went to this bar and we're hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
That's how I felt. Yep, I like that. So hopefully it works.
It does. Everyone's. I mean, there's. I don't. Not, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, I don't.
Not many people have seen it because it's on our new channel.
Right. But
you have a new channel?
Yeah.
We'll pimp it out right now.
He's on it, isn't he?
No, not this.
That one. Yeah, right.
I didn't know is it in your featured channels list, Jerry?
Yeah, but that
you have to subscribe.
Rotates in and out.
I gotta do a bunch of stuff.
I'll put it. I've got it right here. I will put it in your Skype.
Oh, I'll get it then.
You'll get it then. Put this in your Skype and
you guys
tweet it.
I haven't gotten a little purple box yet.
That's what she said.
Oh, there's my little purple box.
Darcy.
Do you guys know that Thomas Sheridan was in Houston, right? And he said, the one book that I'll take with me, since I'm a religious person, is my H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu book that Reamsey has too. It's the same one, Barnes & Noble, I think, edition. So it's a beautiful edition, actually.
Sounds like a commercial.
Who is Thomas Sheridan?
Wait, what's he doing in
yeah, what was he doing in Texas?
Check this out. Going to a conference at Duncan O'Finian, Randy Moggins, and like some other people I haven't heard of.
Was this during the hurricane?
This is like today. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's the Paracon.
Paracon, thank you. Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about going to it because Robert Phoenix was going to it, and there was.
Oh yeah, that's right, Robert Phoenix.
There's a bunch of people are going that I would love to hang out with.
Yeah, there you go. I think Sarah would if she was back, but she's not.
Forgot it.
San Diego. Because I know you go there for her.
I'd go if Jenny was there for sure.
Oh, yeah, I'd fly to.
What the fuck is that thing you put in Discord today, Jar? Something about somebody.
I put a ton of shit in Discord. I don't remember.
It was some Facebook thing that said this person wanted to introduce somebody to the Hive. Or
So I got a. Where the hell she is? Excuse me.
What is Discord? I keep hearing about that.
I'll
thing,
send
too.
you a link to that too, Greg. Don't you
It's
worry.
like it's a hang. Yeah.
It's like Slack, but we use it.
A perpetual chat is what I've heard it.
Oh, I
be
can't invite
called.
you to that. That's not my channel.
Kinda. But what
Oh,
was it?
yeah, that's
Some
right.
some of us have a channel on Discord, which is just a chat server that we all talk.
I think maybe okay. I think maybe that's what Addison sent me. I think. I don't know. I get sick of looking at all this shit.
I got a Facebook. It was like a voice recording, a woman talking about like just introducing herself, and
Really?
it came with a text introduction from this guy who thought, and I had to read it like 3 times to actually understand what he was saying. He was trying to introduce me to her, that she should be on the Hive.
That's weird. That's
No,
weird.
I don't think so.
Well, to have somebody introduce, why don't you just do it?
We weren't friends. I didn't know this person.
I mean, it's not.
But
too
she's
weird, I
friends
guess.
with Jenny.
No, she's not.
That's
No.
what it said.
Well, maybe she is, but
She's friends with Jenny.
Well, then she's in, I guess.
But which Jenny? I don't know.
I must have missed
Jenny.
something.
That's a good
I
point.
didn't see Jenny in there.
Could be many.
Who's Jenny?
I read it like 3 times because I didn't fucking understand what it was saying.
Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the blog. That's right.
Sorry,
Jenny.
stupid
Friends
joke.
with Mariah
Bad joke.
Carey.
I don't know anybody named Jenny.
But see, I'm not sure who the dude is who sent me the. Oh, Heather, I'm gonna hassle her now. Heather, where
But like
are
somebody's
you?
seeing the Hive as like a platform for them to say something.
No,
Which is,
what this guy Brian said, Brian Munoz, who I'm not quite sure where I know him from, but he said he has a friend that is such a wealth of information. I think she would be perfect for your show. She's good friends with
She's
Jenny.
good friends with Jenny.
And has much valuable data. I think she would provide a nice addition. I agree.
Jenny. Which Jenny though?
I don't know.
Who the fuck is Jenny?
We don't know. We're
I'll tell you
waiting for
something,
Heather
too.
to get
I'll
here
tell
and
you,
tell us.
listen, it's
Heather,
gotta be Jenny.
we're sending
Listen,
out the
it's
vibe,
Jenny.
Heather. You got to come talk to us. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, I
Who's
came
Heather?
in. I came in like 20 minutes before the show started, right? Because there was a reminder, or maybe it was 11 minutes, 14 minutes, and I saw like, what the heck? It's Heidi Vandenberg and Jenny Moonstone up there for a minute, and I think someone was messing around with me. But yeah, maybe it is
What?
Jenny Moonstone. I don't know. Yeah, isn't that weird?
You saw him where?
For the Hive, you saw that?
Yeah, you know how usually it shows the beehive and it says, it will turn
Yeah.
red, but
Oh, that's just
but it was-
YouTube's cache. That's your browser cache.
that's funny.
Were you watching a Heather and Jenny show?
No, that's a funny thing. Like I
Mm.
just clicked on a lot. Like you know how the chat is up and you can like still write in it like early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they having a show tonight?
No, that's the
Oh,
weird
okay.
thing. I thought,
Yeah,
I thought
that's
they were.
weird.
Yeah. So.
Huh.
But anyway, I think what did CW say about like what was it earlier today? Was it or was it yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
So
I'm not sure, but
so yeah, he was talking. He regrets reading that when we did the live anti-occult cast.
He regrets reading the email.
Yeah, he read a Skype message from Randy Moggins. Now listen, like he's not like he shouldn't beat himself up over that. Randy Moggins can be a jerk, and like he's a grown man. He can take a little criticism and things that people write. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like he shouldn't beat himself up. CW should. He's a great YouTuber. I think finally there are some voices, and we are like kind of coming together and finding our strength. The people that aren't on the side of Mitch Bashago, aren't on the side of good. You know what I mean? On any team, you know what I mean?
Just
So
questioning
neutral
everyone.
observers.
right.
Right.
Like me.
Yes, failed like you.
Yeah, CW is tripping. We know this, but it's cool. We got to help him out. I'm answering Darcy. I thought he was
Yeah,
actually
as soon as he
apologizing
said-
for ruining your show, but that's okay.
Say that again, Joe.
I thought he was apologizing for ruining your show.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
He hijacked him.
No, he was great. Well, I mean, I think it was great. It was a good mixture of like the artificial. I mean, we could have gone deeper with that question for sure. But so, I did invite him, and he came on.
No,
It was
no
great.
question. Oh, I know. It was fun.
I don't regret it. So
if I was
the
mad or
spontaneity.
regretted it, I wouldn't have mirrored it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
When is CW doing his live shows? I keep missing them, and then I just
He
say,
does
"Oh,
them-
he did one," but
does them
I
really
can't
early.
find him.
You should
He
actually
does them in the morning a lot now.
Yeah. Sign up.
Oh,
Sign up for notifications on your subscription on this channel.
I subscribe to his channel, and I always used to see him, but now, I know why I'm not seeing him. It's because I'm not home in the mornings because I'm out at mom and dad.
Yes.
Oh, that's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have a smartphone?
Yeah, but I don't know how to work it.
What kind is it?
An LG?
You can get on YouTube though, right?
Yeah, I don't get on YouTube.
It'll get anywhere.
Then you just set your
It gets around.
Oh, I
go to
can't- I
YouTube and
can't.
set your reminders on your phone,
I
and then you
can't
can watch it.
I can't watch that out at mom and dad's.
Oh,
I have
okay.
to. I'm busy fooling with those two, trying to
Yeah.
keep them from burning down the house or something.
Oh, God.
I think John Rasmus is going to be streaming tonight or tomorrow night his first live stream because ours was so effective and he liked it so much that he's going to try his first live stream, which would be pretty cool. So look out for that, all you John Rasmus fans.
John's
Jerry-
gonna do a live stream.
Yeah, John Rasmus.
Oh, that's
Jerry,
good.
Yeah.
when are you going to have Robert Powell on your other show, Jerry?
I want to say November 8th.
November 8th? Okay.
There, how does that look? The guy's down there.
Let me see.
Oh, I see his face now for sure.
God damn it! Why does this?
So the Transformers.
The Transformers.
Yes, the Merlin part. I haven't seen the movie, but I know the tale.
Yep.
In British history, there's a whole. You're right. There's an Arthurian thing going on, but it's not the search for the Holy Grail. It's the Unicron who was Orson Welles played, and that was one of his last voices or scenes, whatever you want to say, right?
Orson
It is
Welles
I.
voiced an Autobot.
Unicron. He was Unicron. Orson Welles played Unicron.
I thought that was Bach.
I thought
Well,
Orson Welles was dead.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead now. He is now, but I'm talking about the cartoon back in
in the
day.
cartoon. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's been dead for like 30 years.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, this isn't Futurama. But yeah, so he did that in The Critic or something, but he was the voice of Unicron. Anyway, Merlin, okay? I don't know who was writing this stuff. I know Michael Bay is in with the military, and I don't like him as a director because he's very predictable in a way, but
I know
it's
who's
fun.
right. Avi something or other. Avi Goldman?
Okay.
But I think he's a Marvel guy.
But like, because it had that edge to it. But the point is that the UK for a long time, just like C.S. Lewis and his space trilogy, has at the very end Merlin resurrected, and King Arthur resurrected from the land as giants to save the earth, basically. You know what I mean? So that's a legend that's actually at some university in Cambridge, in the UK. So there's a lot. There's actually something there, which is interesting. Makes you want to go see the movie now.
Okay, now I'm reading this story here. Unicron, by the way, is an anagram of unicorn. But it says Unicron is a giant planet-destroying transformer who is mentioned at various points throughout the film. 6 of his mechanical horns are seen on Earth.
Yeah, if you can find it, like just type in Orson Welles Unicron and then play that clip on YouTube if you can share your screen.
I will. Just give me 1 second. I want to find who wrote this.
Okay.
It was by H.I.V.E. Goldsman. That's who I was.
Didn't he do the script on Dark Tower this time?
He may. Oh, he's from. Okay, so he worked on Fringe for a long time. So,
nice.
and Spielberg was EP on the new Transformers movies.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Did he do what did you ask me, Greg?
Oh, just if you could play if you.
No. Greg asked me. He did something.
Didn't Akiva Goldman work on the script of the Dark Tower picture?
Yes, the writer and producer.
Oh,
And
Can't wait for
he
that
did that King
somewhere.
Arthur movie last year.
yeah, that was a little bit.
Oh, God,
unsettling.
He's all about
Unfortunately.
space, Star Trek.
I do like Guy Ritchie, but I do understand where he was coming from and what he wanted to do. However, it's not historically accurate, and it gives a false impression and all this stuff.
Oh, was that what King Arthur was? Guy Ritchie?
The recent one, yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize.
Mm.
Well, since he and Madonna broke up, it's just gone downhill.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love that film he did with Madonna called Swept Away, and everybody else hated it.
Yeah, he directed it. His wife making out with another guy.
It was such a good movie, though. I cried at the end of that.
Yeah, I thought that was nice with the ring. I think, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a great movie. I never could understand why that got all that hatred.
Yeah. Cue up Unicron, Orson Welles. Here we go.
Queued up. That going out.
Oh, look at that, a cartoon.
Actually, I don't have to do that. But then you can't hear it. I'll do it this way so everyone.
Megatron. Welcome, Megatron. Who said that? I am Unicron. Show yourself. I have summoned you here for a purpose. Nobody summons Megatron. Then it pleases me to be the first. State your business. This is my command. You are to destroy the Autobot matrix of leadership. It is the one thing, the only thing, that can stand in my way. You have nothing to fear. I have already crushed Optimus Prime with my bare hands. You exaggerate. The point is he's dead, and the Matrix died with him. No, the point is you are a fool. The Matrix has been passed to their new leader, Ultra Magnus. Destroy it for me. Why should I? What's in it for me? Your bargaining posture is highly dubious, but very well. I will provide you with a new body, and new troops to command. And nothing.
And you'll like it.
You belong to me now. I belong to nobody! Perhaps I misjudged you. Proceed. Your way.
All right, we got Orson Welles as Unicorn.
Unicron.
Unicron.
It's
But
always
yeah,
going to be Unicorn to me.
the rest is pretty cool.
What's with the 6 horns, though? I don't get.
I thought Citizen Kane was better.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
How could you even tell that was Orson Welles? It's anybody with a gravelly voice. And I found that woman, it sounded like Tilda Swinton. Sounded like the voice of the Quintessa. It's kind of a weird name for a robot who's androgynous, but it was overtly female.
Sounds like something she would do.
It's Gemma Chan is the actor.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's in the movie or not. But it reminded me of the Borg Queen. from the.
She was a scary broad. I didn't like her.
I didn't like her either,
Yeah.
but this one's just as bad.
Huh.
She's got.
What was that lady's name that played that Borg Queen? She was in
French?
Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. What is her name?
I'm looking it up.
I didn't like her. She was bad.
Bad woman. She was naughty.
What is her name? That's gonna drive me crazy.
I'm looking it up.
Jerry's looking it up.
I hear crickets.
It's probably my backyard.
Yes. Alice Krieg.
Alice Krieg. That's who she is.
She looks better as the Borg Queen.
She was a cat lady in Sleepwalkers, and she made sex with her son.
Made sex or had sex?
Oh,
that's
that's gross.
Yeah. Well, they were cats, and cats will fuck anybody.
Dude, Stephen
True.
King. I'm so glad it has made a resurgence, man. It's good for Stephen
That
King.
was a wonderful movie. I really liked it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
That Alice Krieg was in the OA.
Oh, okay.
She the old lady?
I don't know.
That was a
Nancy
good
Johnson was her character.
series.
I don't remember who Nancy Johnson is. She the mom?
This is Beverly Hills 90210. She's been in a ton
a long
of
time
shit.
ago.
Ton of shit. Yep, that was the Borg Queen. So that's what the alleged maker of Optimus Prime, this Quintessa being robot thing, who's apparently female. It sounds like it's voiced by Tilda Swinton. It's got that kind of voice of. I should see her. What was she just in? That was.
Narnia. She was. What else?
No, she played one of those like can't tell if it's a man or woman role again.
Right. Oh! I know. Doctor Strange. She was.
Yes. Thank you.
What's it called? The Immortal one or whatever.
Yeah, the ancient one.
I bet she's a mean lady in real life.
Fuck it all.
Maybe not. She could be very cool.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good.
She looks mean.
Has anybody seen that movie, Something's the Matter with Kevin, or Something's Wrong
No.
with Kevin?
But that
No?
it reminds me of an SNL sketch.
Oh, this movie is fucked. It's so heart-wrenching. She plays the mom of Kevin.
Kevin who?
I don't know. Kevin in the movie. I don't know.
Is there something wrong with Kevin?
Something wrong. Yeah, something's wrong with Kevin.
There was an SNL sketch where they brought up. It was like it was a TLC Lifetime. The movie for women, white movie, women, right? And it had these 3 white moms, and it was like, the show was called? What's the Matter with Tanya? And they'd bring out like Tanya, and it was like, Tanya, is it drugs? Is it this? Is that? Tanya has this. Yes, you're correct. It was so funny, man. It's hard to explain. You got to see it.
Well, what was wrong with Tanya?
What was wrong with Kevin?
They brought up Kevin, and then they brought up a dude. Yeah, what was wrong with Kevin?
It's called We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Oh, it's John C. Reilly. No, I could probably throw the trailer.
I think I saw that in the Amazon Prime thing. I think, but I didn't know what it was, and I went past it.
Movie, but it's kind of heart-wrenching.
I don't want to see anything sad.
Can you guys hear that?
I wouldn't say it's sad. It's just it makes you think. And then I'm always what you know. Like shit that happens in life, and what you would do. You know. General, so that.
Reviews.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. That's fucking cool.
If I show it directly that way, it goes out and like you're watching a real video, not like projected through a Hangout, through a shitty cast system. Thought I closed the window. Damn.
Now I'll post this thing on Steam it, and there you go.
And people have to pay you to look at it.
No, if they like it, they'll give me a tip.
No, but it's not a tipping thing. It's not like that. It's more if more people like your stuff, you'll make more money on it. It's like a popularity contest more than anything else.
Can you dislike something and take people's money away?
No, but you could try. You could probably write an app to do that. Oh, I know why you lost sound, because I killed the output. Damn, sorry.
I'll be back.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I saw another movie too this week.
Was it about the Holy Grail too?
No. It was about. I'm looking at my list.
Which one of those Arthurian knights was always out looking for the Holy Grail? Was it Galahad?
I don't know. I was never into Arthurian stuff.
I think it was Galahad. Brandon should know that, but he ain't talking.
He's eating. I'm just waiting for this to come up. I'll sing. Pirates of the Caribbean. I talked about last week. Never mind.
Ooh, you were singing Strangers in the Night.
Rangers in the Night.
I was listening to that earlier on one of my Montavani albums.
I could sing you to sleep if you'd like.
I'm getting ready to go to sleep.
I
I'm
noticed.
tired right now.
The other movie I saw was the new Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Men Tell No Tales, which is kind of interesting. Lee says Galahad is correct. Greg, you are correct.
It's that new Pirates of the Caribbean got Johnny Depp in it.
Yep. And yes, Doctor Strange is amazing. I agree. I've watched that movie 3 times now. It's really good.
Galahad is the illegitimate son of Lancelot and Elaine.
Lancelot.
Yeah.
The world's greatest knight and the
remember
Grail
Lancelot Link?
bearer at the castle of Corbenwick.
Lancelot was always having trouble with ladies.
Do you guys remember Lancelot Link?
No.
Let me lay
It's a
some
French invention.
No, it's something even better than that. Oh, you're gonna like this.
Oh, it's a monkey.
Lancelot Link, secret chimp. Stands for justice, he has no fear. He's in the call when trouble is near. Lance Link, you gotta come through. Everybody is counting on you. Really not a heavy, an agent and a friend that shall stick by your side right to the end. Darwin is the leader on the side of good. Fight Trump agents like good ape should. Oh, Lance Link, what you gonna do? You gotta stop the Trump, the job is up to you. Stand on the butcher, you better beware. He's Sam cunning and he don't play fair. He's got an evil chauffeur and Eagle's his name. And Dragon Woman's lovely, but she's wicked all the same. Oh, Lance Link, what you gonna do when that Doctor Strange man comes up to you? There's Ali Assassin, wicked way through. And the Dutch Susan looks can really fool you. Oh, Lancelot Link, secret chimp. Stands for justice, he has no fear. He's the agent that calls when trouble is near. Lance Link, what you gonna do?
Wow, I do not remember that.
Terribly frightening show.
It was a real show?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
By Hanna and Barbera.
No, it wasn't Hanna-Barbera. In fact, they film live chimps in these costumes, and then they would voice over with.
They had Mata Hari.
Yeah, Mata Hari,
Yeah.
and Doctor Strangemind. And the voices are funny. The Mata Hari, she talks like this, and she goes, "Lancelot, save me." I can't even do it. I can't talk that high. Yeah, I just remember the show from. I don't remember where. I guess it was on TV. But it was, popular around the time of the Planet of the Apes.
Well, I remember the Planet of the Apes show, but I don't remember that.
I was
thing
never
either.
allowed to watch
It ran
that.
from September of 1970 to January of 71.
Well, yeah, I was fucking
I would have been
That's
really
funny.
too young, probably.
Now, wait,
to
the
remember
big
that.
the cast here included Bernie Koppel, the doctor from Love Boat,
Yep.
and Mel Blanc.
Oh wow.
The Bugs
He was
Bunny guy?
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, his story is amazing. How
Mhm.
he almost died and was brought back to life by the voice.
By the what?
The voiceover work.
Voice of Bugs. No. He was in a coma, and his family was there. He got in a bad accident, right? And nothing was bringing him back to life, and everything, and it was all over the news. And so the doctor walked in and said, "Hey, what's up, Doc?" No. He said something like, "Hey, what's going on, Bugs Bunny?" And Bugs Bunny's voice, and it triggered something for him to wake out of his coma, and he responded with, "Hey, what's up, Doc?" And that typical. And he did all the Foghorn Leghorn and everybody. He was an interesting dude.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And didn't he have a brother that did voice,
know.
or is it just his kid? His kid, I'm thinking.
Yeah, his kid does it a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah. But anyway, it's a really good story. Imagine, what does that say about the brain? Who we are as
My
an
little
identity,
sister did that with
you know
my
what
dad after his stroke.
If it's
He
He
true,
wasn't waking up, and she was screaming at him, Jerry, wake up. Like my mom. And then she's like, Captain Potter, wake up. Like she,
Oh, there you
all
go.
the different
Names.
and
Yeah.
all the different titles or whatever, he's been in his life. And, she tried dad. And then anyway, he woke up, and at
That's
that
awesome.
time, this was like 10 years ago. I was thinking, what if she had never done that? Would he
Right.
have just slipped away like so many people do?
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? It was amazing to me.
There's a Radio Lab podcast on this exact topic.
There's a podcast?
Yeah, I'll have to find it and send you the link. Yep.
Yeah.
Radio Lab. It's a really good.
That's really interesting to me. Because I feel like she brought him back.
Yeah, but only through a memory that it was the captain. You know what I mean? Why
Right.
wasn't any of these other people? You know, it's so interesting.
Yep.
It was Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty dramatic, but pretty cool.
Yeah,
they
very cool.
explore that question and what it means for us, now. You know what I mean, and what it says about who we are, what consciousness is, and yada yada yada. But pretty cool, right? You try to remember that, sending that in. Radio Lab, pretty sure.
Okay, Radio Lab. Yeah. Oh, I like Radio Lab.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll try to search right now.
Well, he had lost his short-term memory, so he can remember most everything from before 10 years ago. So, but that just made me think, how many people slip away because their family members are afraid to yell in a hospital, or they don't know, or that was her knee jerk reaction was to just make him wake the fuck up. So I was very glad.
Did you watch? Oh, Legion. You watch Legion? Oh,
What's that on? What platform?
I think it was on FX, and then again repeated on Hulu.
No, I haven't.
It's
subscribed to
It's
Hulu for a
another
while.
Marvel X-Men spin-off type of thing.
No, I know. I've seen the stuff for Legion, but I just haven't watched it.
Okay.
I was looking for.
Well, wait.
What
There's
was
a
it?
guy.
The Gods of War.
There's a guy, and part of that show. There's one of the subplots is there's a guy in a coma in it, and he consciously is in astral. In a space that he built there. I mean, and that's what he says. We are on the astral plane, and I'm hiding out in this thing. But he doesn't remember that he's in a coma. He thinks he's just stuck there. He doesn't really. He's not really sure what's going on, but he's in command of his faculties there. You know.
That's interesting.
All right, put the link in the Hangout. People
Thanks,
want
Brandon.
in the chat. I'll put it in the chat. No problem.
For what?
For the podcast that
My
talks
Netflix
about.
keeps going to like the Spanish.
I wonder if that's what purgatory is.
What? Made up.
Yeah, but there has to be, like.
What do you mean, Suzanne? Like living the whole thing over and over again? Or?
No, Jerry was saying
Lost?
that this guy in Legion is in a coma, but he doesn't know he's in a coma, and so he thinks he's just hanging out on the astral plane.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so he's just like hanging out there, and he's in charge of his faculties.
Right.
But he can't get back. So, being brought up Catholic, we were taught about purgatory.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered, what the fuck is purgatory? Give me a break.
It's a hell's waiting room.
Well, purgatory.
No, it's heaven's waiting room.
No, it's the waiting room before you're judged.
Whatever.
Before you go to Judgment Day.
No, it's not.
That's what I.
Purgatory is where people who will go to heaven go before they go to heaven, and in purgatory they are purged from all attachment to venial sin. And if you're in mortal sin, you don't. If you're in mortal sin, you don't get to go to purgatory at all.
But, maybe because I was so young.
But if you have attachment to venial sin, then you go to purgatory, and depending on how strong the attachment is, that's how long you stay.
Wait, so what kind of sin?
Venial sin, a sin that's not a mortal sin. Like, say, I constantly want to masturbate, or I'm an overeater or a glutton, or some kind of sin that's not going to take you from a state of grace.
But none of those things harm anyone but yourself. Not that they
I don't know if masturbation really harms you, though. Come on, guys.
What?
Yeah, I'd be dead by now.
Oh, me
too. I'm not saying. No, I think it's wonderful. I try to masturbate all the time, but what I'm saying, that's church teaching. If you masturbate, then
you'll go blind.
You would go to purgatory.
Right.
But that's all purgatory is. It's where you go before you go to heaven. I mean, you want to go to purgatory because if you get to purgatory, that means you get to go to heaven.
Maybe it was because I was so young when I went to catechism and.
Yeah.
Catechism.
See, I didn't grow up with any of that.
What is catechism exactly?
Purgatory.
Is that what public school kids go to?
No, it's Catholic. We went after school.
I went to a Catholic grade school. I never had catechism.
Sure you did.
I
didn't.
I'm going for my. Yeah, I might go for my catechism. Yeah, like there are adults that go for it too.
Yeah. Why? Sure, anybody who
you have to go to catechism before you can be confirmed, right?
Right.
That's right. You have catechetics.
That's correct.
I remember. I got confirmed, but I don't remember anything called catechism.
Well, then you must have had it during your school day.
We have religion class.
You had catechism in your religion class.
Gotcha. So it's just
Yep.
the rules of confirmation. Whatever. It's all bullshit. I don't care. I reject all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, catechism is the collection of the church's doctrines and teachings.
Exactly.
It's a conditioning of your soul so it can be collected by the Vatican. They own them all.
You all are going to hell.
Oh, Dr. Michael just reminded me of something. He said, what about all the hair on my palm? You're stuck with those. Shave them, I recommend. But we were talking, Nish and I were talking, or I don't remember where. Recently, I was talking to one of you guys about virtual reality and sex. It was when the sex bot things came. Might have been last week.
It was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we were talking about virtual reality, and I said, oh, there was this TV show about it. When it's enhanced with a drug, you get the full sensory thing.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Remember that was talking? Well, it came out in the 80s. It was a show called Wild Palms. And it has some interesting...
Mimosine.
What's that?
Mimosine.
Mimosine,
That's
right.
the drug.
93 when it came out.
It was a good show.
It was a very good show, and it was based on a cartoon that was in the back of either Mondo 2000 or Omni.
No way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was written by like Bruce Sterling or something. I'm looking it up now to find out. But in that show, it's two things going on in that show. The main plot is there's an evil corporation that has mind control technology that they're putting into that they're putting into broadcast television.
No way.
When it's combined with this drug, they can't tell that it's not real.
Would that drug be lithium that they spray over the population?
What?
Well, it could be anything, any chemical. Jesus.
No, it's one that this company developed.
It was called Mimosine.
Mimosine. Okay.
Sounds like limousine. It sounds,
Let me see if I can get your trailer if you're interested.
That's a wonderful show, and it's never come out on DVD, unfortunately. I still have to watch it on VHS.
I told too many secrets.
I'm pretty sure I have a copy of it.
Nice.
It starred Jim Belushi, of all people.
No way.
It did. I've got the trailer right here. I'll put it in the high.
It's Twin Palms.
Wild Palms. Here, look at
Wild Palms.
Look at the TV.
Yeah, there it is.
Come on.
And he was in Twin Peaks just recently.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Right, that's that. I'm gonna try to make it big.
There's Candy.
That's what she said.
It's a really creepy show.
Wow, look at that. Jesus. Miss Alabama.
That's the best I can do. All right, ready?
Yep.
He's a German.
Los Angeles, 2007. Harry Wyckoff is an ambitious attorney.
Everybody knows you're making partner.
Who has it all.
You're the best thing that's ever happened to me, Grace.
But Harry wants more.
How would you like to work for me? At 5 times your old salary.
Greed is about to trap him.
You're with us now.
Between good and evil.
We're talking two groups. Political enemies.
The defenders of freedom.
One day you're gonna find out that our country no longer belongs to us.
And their oppressors.
Senator Tony Kreutzer.
A corrupt elite.
We are the cardinals of this cathedral.
Beaming virtual reality into homes around the world.
He is our Alexander, and he will the countries of our imaginations one by one. And we will dream him into infinity.
And using it to seize power through intimidation.
This better be good.
I'm gonna do some cutting now, okay?
Seduction.
Pull him in. Show him the wild blue sky.
I want you to touch me.
And mind control.
I have seen the future. This shall be.
For Harry Wyckoff, the nightmare has just begun.
I can do things you can't imagine.
Who's dangerous?
There's more than one reality.
The marriage was arranged, Harry.
They have taken my baby and given me the son of another.
Did you think there wasn't a price to pay?
I don't like being ambushed, Paige.
I'm not gonna let them hurt you. Betrays you everywhere.
You don't know what you're up against.
Oliver Stone, the director of theatrical and home video hits Platoon, Wall Street, and JFK, brings to home video the entertainment event of the year, Wild Palms.
What?
Wow.
What? Wow. The one Oliver Stone film you've never heard of. Wow.
It was a TV show.
Yeah, I think there's about 8 hours of that altogether.
Correct. There's
it was a show.
It was a miniseries,
Mhm.
and it was a comic book first, and
it was a comic book. Oh.
Well, first
It's like graphic novels.
Bruce Wagner, that was the guy's name. Bruce Wagner. It was a 5-hour miniseries in '93, produced by ABC. No, it was on ABC. Takes place on 2008 in the film 2007. So it's the movie was made 13 years before when it should take place, which is now 10 years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, Bruce Wagner wrote it.
I have to ask Sean about that one.
It's really good.
It is really well. It's not. I wish someone would remake it.
Yeah, like a Westworld, but.
Well,
yeah.
the story's fantastic, but it's cheesy, made for TV movie
CGI.
acting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, that's okay. The CGI could be.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone picked this up, they could make a really, really fantastic show out of it.
I'm gonna send it to John Rasmus immediately because if he hasn't already heard it or owned it, he'd dig that for sure.
Well, are the episodes of that posted on YouTube anywhere?
I'm sure.
I think I found them on YouTube, but it was in Russian. Okay, I remember it was in Details magazine. That's what it was.
Gotta look Details.
Detail, yeah, and I subscribed to Details then at that time. That's how
Did
I
you?
saw it. Yeah, oh yeah, I love that magazine.
In the early days
Mhm.
of Details? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's when it was a good magazine. Yeah.
Right. But then it looks like they published a comic book, which is on Amazon.
That's amazing. I love the magazines used to be great, you know.
For $33, of course.
Of course.
Everything's
$33.
No, I'm sorry, that's the DVD.
Oh, it is on DVD?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, son of a bitch. I need to order that.
Okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
going to Skype it to you. A little purple box
Thank
coming.
you.
Do a review, yeah.
And rip
That'd
it
be
for
cool.
all of us. I mean, never mind.
Oh, I got a little purple box.
You better leave it alone. It won't go purple on you.
I don't care if it's purple as long as it don't turn black and fall off.
Oh, that's what she said.
You know what though? Notice the one thing missing is like aliens. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
or
Which-
like you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
they have like the Christian figure, obviously with like the crosses above them and all that. Very powerful moving images, but like they don't touch aliens at all, and aliens were a big thing back then.
Excuse me. They had X-Files back then, and maybe
Yeah,
they
that's what I'm
didn't want to
saying.
step on it. B. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't need aliens because they had the Scientologists or whatever they're supposed to represent.
Right.
The crazy corporation,
Oh, good. Yeah.
which they're just as bad as
it's
aliens.
crazy. It just goes to show you, though, that I was right. I'm telling you, like, this hemisync technology was out there, and they're doing it in movies, and not just movies, in alternative media stuff. Like, so Gaia, I think, is employing it, and they did employ it when they brought out Corey Good with David Wilcock and introduced the story of the Blue Avians, and then they took it right down.
And here's the thing. First of all, if this exists and that's true, which I believe that is true, and I believe you. I mean, I've been seeing this since the early '80s about this kind of tech.
Sure.
But regardless if it's true or false, it's not illegal.
No, it's
So
definitely not.
it's like it may be
No, they
nefarious,
can-
but
Right. No. Yeah, it's not. I'm not accusing them of doing anything illegal at all.
No,
I'm
I
just
know, but it's
accusing them of doing what normal business people would do to increase stock to their shareholders. You know,
technological subliminal messaging. No, I've never heard of synonym.
Yeah. I mean, and then Michael Aquino wrote the whole handbook on it. You know what I mean?
Right,
With
which
the
and all
mind
this.
war.
Yeah.
That is the science behind it. You
Well,
know,
I
the
thought it was
philosophy.
Edward Bernays is behind it. That's
Well,
the
that's
whole
early stuff. That's early
or
stuff. It's
Delgado.
upgraded.
Jose Delgado.
Different levels.
Okay.
No, that was a mess. People's rattled their brains and they're useless. What you want them to be is useful to you. If you're controlling society and you want
good
society,
actors.
that's pretty much. Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. Or to act in the way that you the body reacts to frequencies, and that's it. The mind does, and yeah, that's all.
Yeah, right. Because we're receivers or whatever. Lee asked if we saw a movie called The Synonym.
It would guarantee Transformers tonight, or at least in the trailer, still a lot of different movies. Something. Exactly what, but
yeah, you just reminded me too of talking about aliens. I watched. There's a couple of TV shows that or one season TV shows in the 80s. One was called Threshold, and another was called in 2005 rather. In 2005, there were two new shows. One was called Threshold, and the other was called Invasion, and they were both about alien invasion. And
yeah.
Threshold went 13 seasons, and the other one went 22.
Do you know what that is, man? I'll finish your thing first.
Okay, well, I had an idea, a theory of what it could be, but
go ahead. Yeah.
The thing that struck out most for me was that everyone assumed that it was alien.
Yep.
When there was absolutely no evidence of it being alien. In fact, in the invasion, it was a fish, a weird fish.
Wow.
Fish.
Interesting lesson. Yeah.
And this fish would kill people, clone them, and then clone them and let them go. So it like sucked up their DNA. It cloned a copy of them, moved their consciousness, but added its own to it. So they all kind of became a hive mind, but still kept their personality.
Wow.
But it got cheesy, so I can see why. My thought about what those are, those failed one season things are. One idea I had was that TV shows are essentially ideas for future psyops or psyops themselves, and the ones that don't do well or that they pull are either ones that they think the public won't buy, so they're going to go for it,
right?
Or the other way around, that the popular ones become the psyop, or maybe it's just all kind of built in. I don't know. That was my thought after I watched it both, because it's like weird. It's like alien training. You're going to get ready for this invasion. It's going to be alien.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, but there's been a concerted effort on the half. This is a fact. Concerted effort on the half of some very wealthy families that have made up the NSA and the FBI,
the Rockefellers.
CIA. Oh, they're called the Collins Elite.
Mm-hmm.
The Collins
Elite.
Elite.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they have come to the conclusion because they employ priests and theologians and a bunch of different people who happen to have like UFO, like John Mack and all kinds of different people.
People who believe they're of the alien bloodline.
Well, no. So they think that no, they don't. I don't think they talk to them. Maybe they do, but they conduct investigations, and they have come to the conclusion. Last we knew in like 2000 something that these things have existed since ancient times forever, and they're just interdimensional demons. And so they've closed the book on that, and now it's about how to fight them. keep an eye on them and stuff like that. You know,
When was
so
this
what they
turning
do?
point? When was this turning point?
What do you mean the turning point?
When they went from being we're going to summon these fuckers because they're going to help us to now we got to fight them off.
I think I want to say like 90s too, but I have to re-listen to Nick Redfern. But it's 92 or 2002, something like that. Last he heard from this guy Ray Boucher, who's the director of MUFON out in like Chicago, Illinois. I think.
Is he related to Bobby Boucher?
No, I don't think so. That's something different. Ray Boucher, yeah. But anyway, so the Collins elite, they put out this propaganda, and a follower of theirs was Ronald Reagan, and they were a big lobby, and so he was way into it. So he had that speech at the UN, which was, I wonder if what we could accomplish if we were all united against an outside force, right? People say that was the Collins elite. Another thing was this whole thing, the literature of getting ready for an alien invasion. They want to program people. Their number one objective would be to program people in a sort of FEMA camp style world where they would just get people prepped from day one, preferably probably in breeding facilities. I'm serious.
No.
Facilities to raise soldiers from day one to fight the alien threat. That's how serious they take it. There are people out there.
But the aliens they believe in aren't from space. They're interdimensional demons.
Well, what? I'm sorry.
Well, you said that they changed their tune and they became. They went from friend of the alien to this is a spiritual war.
No, I wouldn't say friend. I would say suspicion.
Okay. We're not talking like the SS where they're summoning these things.
Right. No. Different. Okay. Completely different. Right. That's totally different.
I got you.
Almost the anti that. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So they're the people who are talking about aliens being quote unquote demons.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Most of the time, unless it's somebody that comes to it independently and not knowing of this Collins elite, like John Erasmus or very few people. And Nick Redfern in his book, he was just presenting it as a historian would present a story. It's a good story, I don't, it's not. It's important to know. I don't think I didn't know anything about the Collins elite.
I'd heard of him, but it might have been from a Redfern interview.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard things here and there, but like when you really, I got to get the book.
I wonder if they're tied to Tavistock in any way. Because that would be.
They are major people. Yeah.
Because that would be pretty interesting if they've weaseled their way into the social engineering programs of the.
I wouldn't be surprised, because there's a lot of cross-pollination between England and the United States, as we know. And
did you see
filter through Boston?
Did you see that new William Ramsey thing that came out?
Which one?
With Johnny Cerrucci today.
Yeah, I heard it a little bit. I had to go to work, but
I only got to listen to the first half hour, but it's pretty interesting. I mean,
yeah,
I get a kick out of the guy being like a born again Christian and then talking about how evil the church is.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Yeah,
but that aside, his other information, if
I mean, there is evil everywhere. That's true.
No, I know, but yeah, won't go there. But no, I don't want to talk about that. But no, he was. I'm looking for the stupid thing. The show is called.
Guys, I gotta say good night. I'm getting ready to fall asleep here.
All right.
Good night, Jerry. Thank you so much.
Good night, Ramsey.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, this is William Ramsey.
Thank you for having me. I love you guys too. Good night, Suzanne. Good night.
Love you. Good night.
What happened to Failed? He's not here anymore.
Oh, he's probably out spraying his painting.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thanks again, Jerry.
Thank you. Take care.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Love Ramsey. He's awesome.
It's called Johnny Cerrucci, Eaters of Children, the Pedocracy Exposed.
So,
like pedocracy.
Okay. Yeah. So he had on a guy. Oh, right. I did. That was like the name of it. Yeah. But yeah, he was just talking. I don't know. I haven't listened to it.
I listened to the first 30 minutes. It's interesting, and it's the same story. You know, that it's Jesuits behind everything, and
Well,
they're
I
devil
mean, that's
worshippers essentially. The same old
well,
story.
that yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I've been around them, and what I'm getting is that there is that for sure, but that's only like it's a minority. It's definitely a minority.
Yeah, but it's the
You know,
minority of the people who run the joint.
it's a minority of some powerful people for sure. Um, Still a minority, I think. So, but you're right. I mean, I wouldn't. There's abuse everywhere you look, you know, and Jesuits just happen to come from a certain tradition. Even Opus Dei is a break off
Right.
with order, which is even more militant.
Right, and there's more too.
So,
There's other ones you probably don't even know about. There's this 93 Society out there too.
oh sure, yeah, there's all kinds, yeah, right. But they're usually branches, and you got to look at their power. But Jesuits have some power, that's for sure. But they're not the only ones. You know, this is a whole institutional wide
Right.
problem.
The
You know,
fuckery
so,
knows no bounds. We understand that.
like for example, like I know my best friend's dad was one of the first cases to go to. There's a famous case called Father. He was one of the first early '90s,
Called what? You broke
and
up
he
there.
was revealed to the choir boys and stuff. Was his
You
name.
broke up. We didn't
Just
hear
Google
you, Brandon.
Father Porter.
Father
Hello?
Port.
Father Porter. Yeah, there you go. Fall River.
Oh, okay. Fall River. That's where Emerald's from, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Really? That'd be funny.
Pretty sure.
Um,
What
but
is
yeah. So
what is Jay Parker talk about? Is it Arden, Delaware?
Arden, Delaware. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Isn't
satanic
that
seat of the
crazy?
United States.
He's I'll tell you what, I listened to Jay. I knew Jay Parker when he was Neo. Okay, he was Neo. Did you know that? When he came on when he didn't want to
No,
reveal his
no.
identity or anything.
I never heard of him
He
until a
came
couple years
on.
ago.
He came on. I want to say Mark Passio's fourth or fifth show as Neo. To tell their story about growing up in the old time religion. And I'll tell you, it gave me nightmares for like a week. And I sent it to everyone I knew. And I was like, listen to this. This is crazy. Is true? And sure enough, like, yeah. And then he came out as Jay, and everyone knew, you know what I mean? But he was Neo. I remember when he was Neo back in the good old What on Earth is Happening days.
Oh, that's Mark's site. Yeah.
Mark
Yeah,
Passio.
I saw him for the first time in like a Free Your Mind 2013 conference.
Conference, yeah. He's not the best speaker in the world, and he had a show on Revolution Radio, and I was on it a couple times. Swami Shivananda-Giri produced it and stuff.
Is that CW Swami?
Yep, and mine. Yep.
I was thinking about him yesterday. Where's he been?
He's around. He's doing his thing.
Okay.
Swami stuff. Yeah. I don't know what the mobile ashram is, but he's doing his thing. He's alive. I know that. But oh my God, I have an interview to upload. Like, he's the missing podcast on my podcast. It's ridiculous. But anyway, he's a good guy and interesting, a very smart, intelligent man. But
I love
He knows the
I
Free
like
Your
him. I
Mind
like the way
conference.
I like his talks too. The way he talks, I kind of like that.
Jay Parker.
Yeah, Jay Parker.
Talks with him in kind of voice.
Yeah, it's kind of
that you get in, and he gets really pissed off.
he says his parents.
He's wearing like organite, a giant organite medallion. Yeah, well, he's a good guy, man. He really is. But the thing is he's like that scared the crap out of me. Like the satanic ritualized, like it's taken from Fritz Springtime. You know what I mean? Like basically, like. But he's right about like Arden, Delaware being probably a city that's a cult.
Yeah. Yep. He's said before that his parents are
Things
were
like
Atlantean
the
sorcerers. Right?
seashell.
Hmm?
When I was a kid.
What when you were a kid? What?
You know how Jay Parker talks about the seashells in the bathroom? Oh,
No, I don't. I
so,
don't know that. I never heard that.
It's a story. Oh, he went. He would go to his summer to his grandparents' house or something like that, or somebody's house. I think it was down the Cape, maybe. And in the bathroom, every shell in that bathroom was collected from every child who got, you know what. So there was a ton of all these shells decorating the bathroom, and he never knew what it meant. And it was one of the things that made him sick of it and try to leave.
What was the souvenir on the shelf?
This was a souvenir. It was a shell.
A shell? Just a shell.
A little a seashell. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Or I mean, interesting.
Yeah, that they would wear after would be placed in the bathroom upon this altar.
Mm-hmm.
It's scared. I mean, that's deep, deep, dark stuff. And but it's real. It's the reality. It's real, and it's even worse than that. Is what I found out, which is just so. You can only deal with so much of it,
Right.
And
like
someone who's really good at that is Jenny Moonstone. Knows everything about that, and so does William Ramsey. I mean, they're both he should have her on his show or something like that.
We should have them both on this show.
We should have both of them on this show too. Yeah.
Since you know both of them, you should extend that invitation. We could have an SRA group hug.
Yeah, it gets a little wild up in here. I don't know. But maybe we'll have them both on for our anti-occult cast.
Oh, there you go.
And we'll do a live hangout one.
Okay.
But yeah, or whatever time scheduling is. I know William is, he's a regular dude, so he doesn't.
Aren't we all regular dudes?
He kind of, but he's. I don't know if he can stay up too late. Yeah.
On a Friday night? Oh. Whatever. It's all good. It would be nice. I like when Jay talks about how his parents were dark Atlantean sorcerers.
Yeah, that come from the 13th tribe of Israel and the tribe of Dan, and how they came over and they've been practicing, and and Semiramis and all that. If you haven't heard Jay Parker's testimony, go listen to it. Go to the What on Earth is Happening podcast. Go about 5 or 6 episodes down. He says Neo, and he tells his story. It is one of the scariest 3 hours you'll ever have in your life. It's just amazing. But then he comes out, but then the thing is that he tries to, he tells about healing modalities of Dr. Bruce Lipton and some really great, things that have helped him, and but then it's he can't go. There's some kind of well, then there's that's it. To expand on different topics here and there, and he's a major funder of the Free Your Mind organization.
Is he?
You know what I mean? Yes. That's why he gets to speak for 3 hours unfiltered. And sometimes it seems like it's hard for him to speak, and he gets really angry. But I got to commend him. I mean, because what, as he says, is what survivors to do is commit suicide immediately, or just become drug addicts and waste their life away doing nothing or something.
Or join the club.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
they become cult members.
Oh right, yeah, 100%, right. I'm talking about survivors, yeah, right, or just become cult members, right, exactly. So I got to give him credit for doing all he's done. Standing ovation for him. I'm just saying that when that's your story, you got to dig for. People are going to start expecting the next thing. Same thing with stand-up comedian. Same material, once in a year, and before the audience is going to notice that you're doing the same old material. You know what I mean?
Right. I just listened to a podcast and people were talking about comparing that stand-up comedy
It
to
really is.
when someone starts
Just
out and they're really funny and then they get famous and more controlled and they can't
oh yeah.
be as funny and they end up using the same old shit and it goes downhill from there. I forgot what I was listening to.
But for some people, it takes them like that little thing they create. Let's call it a place. Peaks is the place. If the place is cool, it's going to be a cool place.
It's a pizza place?
But Seinfeld, same old jokes, pretty
Yes.
much. Not, that's an example of something that's steady and,
Observational humor, kind of.
Kind of, right. And I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of parallels with comedy and, life and just different arts. You know what I mean? For sure.
Lieutenant Sean.
Oh, hey.
The only other thing I had to talk about was George Webb and the possible spy ring in Congress that's getting shot down everywhere. I don't know if
Who's George Webb?
He's an independent journalist. He's been doing this street investigation, for lack of a better term, tracing down all the. It's a long, sordid tale, but basically, recently an IT staffer on the Wasserman from the DNC was arrested and indicted on a bank fraud charge, and that came about as a result of a grand jury investigation. But while that was going on in the federal courts, this guy George Webb has been investigating all the other ancillary.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, what he calls rat lines that have been going on. That basically they're streams of income from illegal activities that is enabled through compromised cell phones, specifically Blackberries and iPhones, and BlackBerry servers that are placed throughout Washington D.C. And if I have it correctly, if I got it all right, basically he controls these servers. So any information that goes through them, and when you send email from a BlackBerry, it goes to the enterprise server first, and then to where its destination is.
Yeah, if you press any button, it goes right to that thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And those were all compromised, and he did work for up to like 200 people, members of Congress.
That's it. Oh well, yeah. Oh, that was him. Okay.
Well, it was his group, and what George is also presuming, and I don't remember if he found evidence for this, but it looks like they have people in, forget the name of the government department, maybe it's a company, GSA. I don't know what that is, but CDW, the people that the government buys their computer equipment from,
right?
Computer Discount Warehouse. There's some kind of compliance aspect to the contracts, which goes through this other company, this GSA or this whatever it is, and there's strict rules with government purchases. They have to be sent to the government. You can't have them sent to your house unless you have someone on the inside.
Yep.
So this guy,
where the money is,
somehow managed to get Blackberries and shit sent to his house before they were installed.
No shit.
Which he did. So the idea is here that he compromised the Blackberries, and then when a new member of Congress comes on board and he needs a BlackBerry,
the
DNC says, "Oh, here's our guy. He'll do it for you."
Actually, that came out that a lot of the Boston, that happened in Boston locally too. I don't know if it made nationwide news, but a lot of the government, Blackberries and whatnot were hijacked or whatever, and
this
all
week,
the info.
This week,
and now they're not using them. Now they had like 1,000 employees send in their Blackberries after, funny.
I bet. Well, that's just one layer of it.
Oh yeah.
The reason he got arrested was for bank fraud because he defrauded the Democratic Credit Union, the DCCC or DCCU.
Oh.
The Democratic National Credit Union. I forget what it's called. But
that's separate from his investigation, then.
It's not. I'm sorry. It's the Congressional Credit Union.
Okay.
No, it's all part of the investigation because this is what he discovered. So there's bank fraud going on in the credit union because the approval board is the word I'm looking for, stacked. It's stacked with people on the in who approve everything for a certain group of people, right? So he bought 12 houses in DC area, which
12 houses.
Yeah, which are all completely bugged, and it looks like he rents them. Oh, he does targeted renting to certain people who have access to certain forts or certain information,
ambassadors, and
whatever. Right. So
foreign diplomats.
Exactly. The worst part is it's been here for 14 years, if not longer. So
next question is what kind of info is it? You know,
it could be anything, but it's
when do we get to hear it? That's what I want.
Well, this all goes into why were we distracted from all this last week with hurricanes and Cassini. This is in court right now in DC. You're not going to hear about it probably.
There you go.
And the other thing is that George has been trying to present additional evidence to the court, and they keep denying his motion. So he's talking about having to appeal this to the Supreme Court. But it's interesting that the federal district court is cockblocked.
Well, it depends.
Well, the thing is that they're saying, well, procedurally you can't do that.
Yeah, it depends on the motion. I have to look at it.
Right, but the point is that he's presenting evidence that there could possibly be something really wrong, right? And if they continue,
obviously,
well, he's already claimed that the prosecuting attorneys are obstructing justice because they're refusing to look at anything other than that single bank fraud charge.
Right.
They're not looking at any of this other stuff at all. They're burying it back. They're making it more difficult to examine.
So obstruction of justice. Yeah.
Right. So he wants to intervene on behalf of people. Blah 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 blah. The main point is here that he's getting blocked by the judge. And at what point do you realize? What point do you say, okay, wait, maybe the judge is also in on this? And what happens then if he does take it to the Supreme Court and they're like, nah, it's okay. If there's no remedy in this, we're still going to have this spy ring in Congress. That's what.
That's a good point.
If he's right, and nobody wants to do anything about it, what does that mean?
Well,
let me jump in here for a second.
The U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
I go on the assumption that the majority of the stuff that we become privy to, whether it be the media, secret leaked information, I feel like the majority of that is a controlled release or a measured risk for the sake of the bigger plan, because how many of us really have the power to influence anything right now? We're so divided as a country, as a people, as a culture, that you could say and do anything you want right in front of us, and there's very little recourse. But then that begs the question, what is the purpose and point of letting these little tidbits out? What's really going on and who really is in control? Is there really an agenda, or is it just everyone trying to keep everything in check or in balance? Because many across the world, we're the largest population, not us, the U.S. I mean, we have grown to such a level as a species that I think at a certain point there has to be as a world leader, the world leaders have to sit down and talk to each other and go, how do we keep this from going off the rails and everything falling the fuck apart?
Or even just throwing it out there and seeing how people react to it to get
right. So Allie made a good point. Or just maybe there's also, we have the infrastructure in place now to monitor and watch the progression of something. So let's inject an idea
like what Facebook did
into the masses and then track that.
And seeing how many people.
I would say that's always a risk for any kind of information that comes out. The thing I like about George Webb is he's been pretty upfront about what he's doing. He hasn't taken any money. He hasn't been begging for money. and he does 3 or 4 live reports a day on what he's found out. He's like going to people's houses, filming them, interviewing them, writing reports about it, and doing video logs. That's pretty open and honest to me. And I have no reason to doubt that he's doing exactly what he says he's. I could be wrong. So he's also not mainstream media. And I totally agree 100% with what you said for the mainstream, that there's an agenda behind everything.
I think from my own experience, my own, just you find yourself sitting and thinking about things and the layers and implications. And as you grow and evolve as a person, maybe in your career, you start finding yourself changing your perspective from, how do I, the best paycheck or make the biggest mark so that I get advancements, to now you've juxtaposed to the upper man level, and you're looking, okay, I need to be strategic about how I use my resources, who I promote up, who I can bring in. And from that idea of trying to understand how to balance positively a team for positive growth, to balance a company, trying to apply that to a people, a mass of just so many individuals. And an individual, it's been said before, and I don't remember who said it, but an individual is very easy to reason with and to be rational. But a group or mob of people is very challenging to manage, and they're very volatile. The smallest spark can set everything aflame. And, I've seen this in the military and being under extreme stress.
You're saying like a squad would be harder to control than a battalion?
In military terms, I would say the military is efficient and adept at making sure that everyone involved is very well conditioned. I'm saying masses of people like us. We're a spark. The technology has given us the opportunity to communicate quickly. We're no longer confined to our communities. We're no longer confined to, as far as we can travel and the people we work with and those. You have to keep a status quo at work and kind of put on a mask. You can't be completely who you are and be completely opinionated, because it's negative to the progress of the company. You all kind of agree to be professional.
Sure.
Go ahead.
No, I said sure. I agree. I know what you're saying.
So taking that into consideration, you can look at it and say, in your community, there's only so many ripples you can make before you gain a bad rep for yourself. Because if, as you grow and become an adult and mature, you learn from the mistakes you've made. If you had a good social group, within that group of friends, your friends were the most critical of your personality. It would help you manage. It would be your friends that tell you you're being a fucking asshole right now. It wouldn't be a stranger. And that's part of the tribe helping us grow into good members of the community. What the internet, not mass media, but the rapid telecommunications, cloud-based telecommunications like what you're using here, what that's given us a new avenue to communicate with a larger, broader, and more specific community with not as much of a boundary, and there aren't as many social mores, and there are
zero social mores.
Right. You could be a troll. You could be, you
could be whatever you want on whichever day you want, right?
You can really exercise different aspect of your personality that reflects your voice, and that causes a chain reaction in the communities in which you start to act, and eventually you settle and find a for example, why all of us are like-minded for various reasons. We may not agree on the same. We still are interested in communicating and sharing our ideas. So we take that entire preamble and we look at what measures are in place with technology now as it advances, where you have a cell phone, and cell phone's probably the majority of your method of communication other than computers. And some of us are very specific and outside of the norm, but the majority of the culture, the majority of people in general, use these tools to communicate: Facebook, Twitter, insert mass media here. There has been an initiative who developed the technology to create or to tag metadata. And then as they started to build these algorithms, they began injecting ideas and trying to polarize a group, control groups, to measure or track how that algorithm works and to validate that data. At the end of the day, what we do, if we make an effort to stay off the grid, we become if we live as though we have no care in the world, then we don't draw any attention to ourselves. Now, if we make noise, if we start a movement, whether or not we have done anything negative or damage to our person, that there's not enough people, there's not enough law to protect us from that information being used against us or being tampered with, is kind of the thought and the nightmares that I have. Now, if I piss off the right person in government, or I make enough of a noise and generate a movement, who's to say I'm not going to be the next 7 o'clock news child molester? You know, my son was a victim of something similar. He was accused of cyberbullying and cyber terrorism in junior high because he took a picture of a teacher standing with a student and said, "My next victim." And in context, it meant the child was a victim of the teacher.
In front of the gates of Mordor.
Rather than him expressing that that's the victim, because everybody's so very sensitive to school shootings, Columbine, and so on. You know, truth or not, whether you believe it or not, there's still some tragedy there injected in our society that's created a lot of pain for all of us in our communities, because that's still a loss. Whether it's real or not, it's still a terrifying idea, a terrifying reality to live in, that could happen. But anyways, he was accused of these things, and this jaded his ability to go to any school, specifically schools that could have helped him grow and evolve with challenges that he had.
So he got blacklisted because of this?
Yeah, he did.
California sounds like a great place to live. More and more.
No. Yeah, the only reason I stay here and the only reason I'm successful is because I'm really fucking good at what I do. But other than that, I don't understand why I'm here, and a lot of people don't understand why I'm here. I belong in a cabin out in the middle of fucking woods away from
In the tiny house.
In a tiny house with a lot of property and a lot of dogs. Anyways, so that's
a tiny house for each wife.
That's off the so I guess, I'm going to wrap this up and jump back into my Skippo game. And thanks for having me and listening to me.
Anytime, dude. Thank you for joining.
Throw that out there because you were in the camp of some thoughts I have and concerns I have with the little and limited understanding I have of the technology around us today.
That's what we're trying to figure out. What the hell's going on? Because it's all fucked up.
Carry conch.
What?
Have the conch.
I didn't hear you.
You have the conch.
Oh, to speak?
Yes.
I don't want it. You talk.
That's Sean Shameless?
Yeah.
Dude, why is his voice so high?
Because he's not on his regular headset.
Oh. I didn't know who that was. I was trying to figure out who that was. What other Sean?
He's Sean. I think he's just talking to his laptop computer microphone.
It is you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Your voice sounds so weird compared to what I normally hear.
Because he's not on his... We can't hear you, dude. You're muted.
Hi, Sean.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Wait, that was Evan? Who's Evan?
I don't know.
Anyways, I'll be listening.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good to see you. Love you, Sean.
Suzanne.
Mwah.
Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
All right, Brandon's gone.
This is to everyone. Brandon always leaves.
I know. He always sneaks out. But he's
He
got
does.
a shitty connection on his porch where he's swinging. He's swinging.
swinging.
I don't know who that dude was. Evan Price.
Evan.
Did I say
don't know who's
Evan Price?
Uh,
I used to
let me
work
see.
with a guy named Evan Price.
Oh, it just says Evan joined this group. I don't know. Where did you put it in the link?
I put it everywhere.
So like anybody could jump on?
Of course.
Where the hell is everybody?
I don't know.
Fuck, where's Nish? God damn it,
She's
she hasn't been
crashed.
to anything.
She's crashed.
Uh,
And she's going to be out for the next 2 days, she said.
she's lame.
That's because she likes to check out on weekends, you know.
I know. She probably got a race to go to or something.
A race?
You know what, Joffrey?
I don't know about that.
He races.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I'm not going to say. I just was going to shut my mouth.
No, I really don't want to know about this dude. I already don't like him.
I don't know much about him, so all I know is they do shit on weekends.
He's just got a weird name. That's all I need to know. He's got a weird name.
Joffrey's not a weird name.
And it reminds me
Joffrey's the fucking giraffe in
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
I know. That's why. It's all I can think of is I call him the giraffe. How's the giraffe today? Which.
That's the only person, or not person, but that's the only reference I have to Joffrey.
Mine too. Right. She's like, no, it's from Game of Thrones. I'm like, well, I never saw Game of Thrones. She's like,
Yeah,
well,
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
You won't get it. But that's his birth name. It's not like his nickname.
Is he British?
I don't know. Don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, it doesn't matter.
It's just some dude named Joffrey. Which makes me laugh. It makes me get. If I met him, I'd giggle if he told me his name. I'm bad like that. Wait. Your name's Joffrey. Okay.
I think I just introduced myself as Geo or Jeff.
He goes by Jeff.
Yeah.
I just call him the giraffe.
The giraffe.
Which reminds me of Heather Tucci giraffe.
Exactly. Oh my God. Wait. Talking about. I know, because I wanted to say it at the time, but I didn't want to interrupt.
No.
The whole RH negative thing with the. I just watched a video today where this, people just make these stupid fucking videos saying that they know about RH negative and we're like aliens or the fallen angels.
People say they know there's blue avians flying around too. People say anything.
Well, so it was an RH negative person, apparently, or they claim to be, that made this video, but it was the computer voice. So it wasn't even their voice.
Oh, was it like Gary Light or something, or Paranoid Times, one of those guys?
I can't remember. I'll have to look it up.
Okay,
but,
I got
you. Because I stopped listening to it. Oh, it was the whole Tribe of Dan. How the Tribe of Dan came up earlier.
I've heard that from other people that's got something to do with it.
Yeah.
Because Dan is an anagram of DNA. Yada, yada, yada.
Ah, there you go, yeah. The 13th Tribe of Dan.
Like
is
13
what this
and
person said. I know.
Sixes,
right?
are like lucky numbers.
22. Like the London bombing today, which I barely even watched.
Wait, there was a bombing today?
Anything. Yeah, in London. Was it today or yesterday? I think it was today.
Oh, I think
so there were 22 victims.
Of course.
Oh, and it was so.
Wait, what's the death toll in the earthquake? Hold on, we gotta check that.
Wait, what?
Earthquake in Mexico.
In Mexico? I don't know.
117 death toll.
666?
No, it'd be like 66 or 88.
I thought a ton of people died.
At least 90. Remember I
93?
said I think it's going to be 88?
No, I don't remember you saying that.
It's in the Discord chat. I said it's my prediction. It's going to be 88 deaths. There was an 8.2.
Oh.
And it had to do with the
yeah.
9.3 solar flare. Was that in last week's Hive? Or were we just talking about that in some other crazy hangout?
I don't know. I didn't listen to last week's Hive.
You were in
I
it.
was at Ash. I wasn't. I was at Ashley's.
You suck then. I don't remember.
Wait,
I don't remember
no,
where
I
we were.
wasn't.
Wait. I don't remember where we were talking about it, but I was showing you guys the picture of the flare.
I think it was in a Discord chat.
No, it was. It might have been in Zoom.
Yeah, in a Zoom.
Because we were like in Zoom like 8 times.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know.
Anyway, that solar flare had. I swear I talked about this. I had all the encoding in the picture that they released with the 9s and 11s. It came out around 9/11. But don't you remember this conversation? Anyway.
No.
That big solar flare was X class, and it was 9.3, 93.
Oh, 9.3. Okay. Well, there were so many. There was like how many solar flares? 5?
There were 3 that day, and the 2 big ones doubled up on themselves. And then with that
but there's been like 2 or 3 others since then.
Right, but the AR
allegedly
AR 2673, the big flare that's throwing off these giant monster the big sunspot, has moved to the side of the sun. It's not Earth facing anymore.
Shit.
Anyway, it gave off another nasty flare as it was turning around at 8 point something. Anyway.
I believe everything is man-made. All this bullshit.
I believe NASA
is all man-made.
Tells us nothing but the truth. Why not?
Nothing but their truth? I mean,
oh my God!
Granted, I believe people. Oh, what?
Nothing. You just reminded me of something I want.
I was just gonna say, I believe that there are people that work for NASA that don't like. People are so compartmentalized in their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, like Steve used to work for this man Ross Carroll, and his, no, my sons are never gonna come work for me. We were gonna, buy the company from him. Blah, yada yada yada. His wife never paid. Like the guy who had all the equipment and stuff, his wife never paid any bills. Ross had to bail him out. So like they had to put all this money into the company. And then all of a sudden, like it was way more than what we could have ever purchased, And then his son came to work for him. And so he would have these meetings
eclipse
with Sean.
There's a black hole.
And Ross, and then another guy, and Steve would be like, what the fuck are they in there? Like, he would get so mad because he felt left out of the loop. So where I come to compartmentalization is, you're on a need-to-know basis, and that's like fucking any job. You're on a need-to-know basis.
Absolutely. I mean, if there's anything...
If you don't fucking need to know, they're not going to fucking tell you.
Right. And if there's shenanigans going on, a very small amount of people know it.
Yep.
And that's when...
But then there is a really good quote about how something so huge, a lie so huge, will never be believed. Because it's just people will be like, no, that's way too huge. Like the Earth being flat.
Right, right.
That's way too huge.
I think it was Goebbels.
Was it Goebbels? I watched a documentary about
I'm looking it up.
Oh my God, who's the other guy? Starts with a H. Supposedly he went to prison, but then there was another guy, Rudolf Hess.
The bigger the lie, the more it will be believed.
There you go. That was Goebbels?
No, that was Hitler.
Oh, that's Hitler.
But it's all the same.
Oh, well,
it's all part of the same
Hitler
construct.
had something there.
There's another.
What?
Sorry, go ahead, John. Can't hear you, Sean.
This microphone's weird. Jaron put up a video the other day about... I forget what he was ranting about. However,
Gerbil's mod. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to find it. Did he drop? He's going to come back. I'm trying to find the video he put up. I don't remember which one it was. Damn it. He had a clip with Neil deGrasse Tyson in it. And he was talking about... Here it is. I want to find the point where he says this. What Neil deGrasse Tyson said really struck me as, like, fascist. Sorry, I do not have queued up. I don't know where he put it. It was like Neil deGrasse Tyson eating hot wings and having a chat with some dude. And what he basically said, I'm going to paraphrase here because I can't find the clip, but he says to this interviewer that he doesn't want people to think for themselves. If he was a teacher, his students, he wants them to just understand that what he's telling them is the truth and not to question it.
I saw that.
And it's like, dude, that is
Clip on
like,
something.
it's like so fucked up.
No shit. Well, that's what they want from us. Don't fucking question them. They're the alleged authority. We shouldn't question, and don't have any fucking ideas of your own.
They're not allowed.
You're gonna be blackballed.
You're gonna get blackballs.
They're
We're
not
gonna
allowed.
Smash them with a paddle.
That's right.
Well,
We're gonna call your mom, and then she's gonna come to the school, and she's gonna fucking ball out the principal. And you're the only one that's not gonna be fucking. That happened with me.
It was
Ben.
Evan Cohen who
He's
joined
the only
us.
one. Right. No, I was just gonna say. See, this is what parents don't get. Your kid gets in trouble. You go to the school. The principal had him in there for an hour, like interrogating him, trying to get him to admit that he'd done something that he didn't do. And he kept saying, "No, I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it." They got into the teacher had paintballs, little paintballs in his desk that was unlocked. These are fucking 9th graders. You leave your room, unlocked desk with paintballs on them. You don't think those fuckers are gonna get into that shit? So then they threw them at the wall. Some of them threw them at cars, right? And so there's like, I don't know, 6 or 7 kids that got in trouble, but the principal had been in for like an hour because he was like almost like a TA, but not really a TA, but kind of. Anyway, so I went in, I just fucking laid into her, and I just no right to have him here for an hour trying. Well, first of all, did you do it? You better not lie to me. And he said, "No, I didn't." Throw him at the cars. That was her big thing, is that he threw them at the cars. And he said, "No, I never threw them at the cars." And I believed him. And so then I just fucking laid into her. And then, so he was the only one, because she said she was going to call the cops. I said, "Call the cops. Do it right now. I want to be here. Call the cops." Do it.
I love calling people's bluff when they say, "I'm calling the cops."
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
No shit. Fucking call them. So he was the only. So all the other kids were like suspended for 3 days, and then had like this, cleaning duty to clean up all the mess. Ben wasn't suspended. He didn't have to clean up anything. Like, oh my God, what the hell? Blah, blah, blah. Why didn't you have to do this? And he's like, "Dude, call my mom next time you get in trouble." Because you know what? You were the authority, not those motherfuckers. They claim they are. So, anyway.
Dr. Michael found me that video.
Oh, cool.
Mike Tyson. Grass.
Okay, so what I don't do,
what do you not
it may
do?
feel this way, and I've done it once, maybe twice. But what I don't do is debunk crazy ideas. I spend my whole life doing that. I'm an educator. My task is not to debunk the crazy ideas of adults, but establish an educational system that is incapable of producing an adult that thinks that way in the first place.
Well, let me ask you this. You've been at it.
That was the statement. An education system that produces an adult that's incapable of critical thinking. What he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't that great?
No, it's a horrible thing to say. And it's
no, I was being facetious.
No, I know you were, but I mean...
yeah, it's fucking horrid.
That well, first of all, that Jaron missed that part, which is no big deal. I mean, because it's not what his video was about, but he didn't bring that up, and I really wanted to talk about it because I just think it's a really bad sentiment, and if he's pushing that, that means that's what everyone's pushing.
That's what they have been pushing
He was
for a long time.
He was
very facetious.
What?
Facetious.
Oh, facetious.
Poop on the brain.
Facetious.
Facetious.
Yes.
I just watched.
Yes, Neil deGrasse. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Also, I can't remember the other joke.
Would be very facetious.
Speaking of facetious, thank you, Dr. Mike. That's exactly the point I was talking about, and he said exactly what I kind of remembered he said. I watched the episode 3 of this season's Rick and Morty with Pickle Rick. Have you guys seen that? No. Okay.
No, I don't watch Rick and Morty.
I saw part of it.
It's pretty funny, and there was this. What was it in there? Oh, there. I can't remember now what I was going to say. The family's in therapy while Rick is turned into a pickle, which he did to avoid going to therapy. And the therapist is played by or voiced by Susan Sarandon, and I forget the actual point I was going to talk about. But it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He puts on this.
It's funny when you mentioned Susan Sarandon, my thoughts kind of went off in a tangent.
She's old now.
I know, but I'm old too.
Yeah, but dude, she's been sullied by Tim Robbins.
When I look at it, my age group, man, there are babes out there, and she's one of them.
But she's been sullied by Tim Robbins.
Nah,
I'm not
Tim
saying
Robbins been sullied by her.
This is about appreciation. This is just appreciation.
Let's talk about Mimi Davis.
Her teeth are so small.
Mimi Rogers, rather.
Oh right. Oh
yeah.
She's still around?
What was she in 2 movies? And I think I saw one of them.
She's been in a lot.
It was probably the one I wanted. It's probably the one I wanted to see.
You know what? She's in a really interesting movie with David Duchovny. I forget when it's from, but it's called The Rapture, and it's about the literal rapture. And she's basically an atheist who lives through the rapture and finds out what it's all about from the director or the writer's point of view. It's an interesting movie.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that's the one I saw. I'm pretty sure she has the shower scene in that one, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, of course, yes.
I think she was married to Tom Cruise when she made that.
If there were any other parts in the movie, I'm not sure I remember. And that's largely because, I have a couple of decades of viewing life while drunk. So
gotcha.
And that part of my consciousness that is still stirring through some of that stuff, that's about what it would notice.
Very good.
Wait, so in that movie Knocked Up, the guys are making a website of all of the...
Yeah, the porn website, right?
Well, they're making a website of all of the tits and ass in every movie.
No, it wasn't
you could go to
right?
the specific... You could go to the specific time, and then you would see the tits and ass.
Right. Mm-hmm. But they had really bad UI or something. I mean, they had a problem with it. No one was subscribing, right?
I can't remember.
They were going to get instantly rich, and then they put it up, and nobody.
Yeah. Right.
Wait, when you said UI, the first thing I thought of was urinary infection. That's
no, it's a UTI. UTI.
Oh my God! So did I.
No.
Well, I am. It's funny. Earlier tonight, Raksha used a medical term, and I blanked out. This time, my medical terminology was fresh.
Well, we're so glad that you've joined us, both of you. And I'll be right back. I got to take a piss.
That's why.
Speaking of UTI.
He's got to flush out his.
We got the relief crew here now. Let me go pee.
Oh my gosh. Did you
Oh,
guys just get done with your show?
We just got finished, and it's still uploading.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you guys could join us.
About 50 minutes remaining, it tells me.
Oh, Lord.
Guess what?
What?
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday! That's right.
Happy birthday! I already said it.
Oh my god!
I can say it a few more times.
What are you? 25?
Thanks. Add a decade to that, and you'd be right. I'm an old man now.
Oh, please. Oh, man, my ass. What'd you do for your birthday?
I waited for Squirrel to not be sleeping, mostly. He worked overnight, so... and then we went and I got some new makeups, and then we had dinner, and then I came home and I got ready to do the recording with Redigas, and now I'm here with you guys.
Awesome.
I will show you one of my new makeups.
Whoa. Purdy.
I love it.
Matches your lips.
Because I'm wearing it.
Oh, yes, I had to make sure I had my glittery scarf on too.
Oh.
So,
Really? You did that for him?
I could.
That's so nice.
I mean, I might do it myself, but he kind of like would make me remember. You know, that he would make me think about, because sometimes, you know, if I'm dressed, you know, I'm presentable. I do give a mind to doing that. But lately, I've been a little ethereal. So he was my cue tonight.
Well, we talked about glitter last night.
And I had taken it off, and then when I got invited back on the show, I put it back on.
Oh, awesome.
Or else it's just the tunic underneath. And
be careful, you might get some requests, Red.
The only request I do is take my pants off camera. I mean, I could sit here in my chair with my pants off and just talk about it, not doing it, you know, no visuals.
Oh, are they good? I've seen those so many times. I don't like any of their pastries though, so I never wanted to try any of that stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like Hess and the Penguins.
Is this to ensure your GMO quotient, daily intake quotient?
Oh man, I live in GMO heaven here.
I used to like the cheddar popcorn, but now they're telling the package that it's, you know, we use some GMO material, so it's just. I mean, part of it's me, and also it's part of it's just, you know, doing my best because I don't the fuckery.
Yeah,
you know, that's the old '60s hippies still protesting.
That's right. Need a bunch of water? You need a drink? Yeah, because their shit's dry as hell. Yeah, he's muted. That's what I've run into. Like with Hostess cupcakes, they're moist and creamy, and you don't have to have a drink immediately.
Suzanne likes the moist.
I don't like dry stuff that you need a drink. It's dense. That's a better way of saying it's dry.
I was muted. It's dense. It's like they don't bake them. It's like they're poured into a mold and they harden.
Or they could have maybe
Oh,
those
like
are
when
those
you
frozen ones.
remember they were kids. You had that little thing you could put in these little this
Easy
oven
bake
that had
oven.
nothing but a light bulb in it.
Oh, the easy
Easy
bake
bake.
oven.
Right. Well, that's what this stuff's sounding like.
I have one in my garage.
There was a girl in our school we called Easy Bake.
Because she got high on just one hit? What?
Oh,
that reminds me. I'll be right back.
Well, with all those brand names floating around, what about Frito-Lay's?
What about Frito-Lay's? Oh, I got it. Never mind. Yep. Sorry, I was slow. Slow on the uptake.
I did not take it that anybody was slow. I figured I just lobbed one and it was a failure.
No, it was good.
I got it right away. I was waiting for it to boomerang for Suzanne.
I was literally thinking of like all the chips and stuff from Frito-Lay because I love potato chips.
She was like, I'm
I know.
hungry.
I like some Frito-Lays.
Okay, there's my pink lips.
Oh, lovely. Beautiful. I wanted to guess the colors for your hair that you were going to get. Was one of them going to be red?
You know what? Actually, one of them is red.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. That's the color I sent you last night, too, by the way.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And it's really funny because the new pen that I got to do my eyebrows and my underlid, I normally get like a deeper magenta, and I just grabbed one from the slot and it ended up being red.
So funny.
And I was like, well, I could return it, but since I got the red dye, I might as well just go for it. So look at you sending me stuff.
I told you. Said I didn't send it with the white light because I knew you needed it full tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Full tilt. That's funny. I knew it was red. I knew it was red.
What? To the hilt? What?
I sent Moose some red energy full tilt, no white light last night. I was in the chat in his show.
I'm eating that other cupcake. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I sent him blue one time. That's when we were like totally in sync. Remember, Moose?
Mm-hmm.
And you said, "Oh yeah, I felt it." Blah 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 blah. Yep, that's right where I sent it. That was really funny.
It's a UFO. I was doing a Rorschach test.
What?
That was for Darcy. She wanted to see it. She wanted to see my pink lips.
I thought she left or was leaving.
No, I have exchanged a few things with her in the last few minutes. No,
I saw someone say say goodbye to her. That's why.
Yeah, and then she replies that I'm not leaving. Yeah, rumors get started.
Yeah, especially when you say that you're exchanging things.
Fluids?
Yeah,
Rumor has
fluids.
it.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab the color so you can see.
Oh, great.
See what color. I know. I turned the hive into fashion show again.
We had nothing else to talk about. Go for it.
Awesome. I'll be back.
Cool. Yeah, last night when he was saying he was going to get new hair color, that's what he wanted for his birthday because today's his birthday. And I
is?
just, yeah, today's his birthday. I immediately
915.
thought, oh, red is going to be one of the colors. I thought red and gray. I don't know if it's gray. I didn't ask him, but red is definitely one of the colors.
What is that? Makes it, what, a 7-day? 34, 35?
Yeah, he's 35. I can't either.
Well, today's a 7-day.
I just don't want to.
I don't really either. I don't care anymore.
What do you mean is a 7-day?
Today's a 7. 9/15, 26 or 24, which is a 6
got
plus
it.
10 is 6.
Yeah, okay.
16
Well,
is
that's
7.
the whole thing about the London bombing.
What, 915?
Symbology. No, it was the 7, and there were alleged 22 victims. and this is what I started to tell you. The last names were Crowley.
Mason?
It was Crowley, Parsons, and
no way.
Hubbard.
No way.
You fucking, I'm serious.
No
You gotta watch. You have to
way.
watch Richie from Boston's video.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yep.
Wait, we gotta figure this out.
It's totally fucking hilarious.
Was it a tube bombing?
What was it? It was on the trains, I guess. I don't know.
Graffiti on the train.
Just look up Richie from Boston.
I don't want to look up. I hate that guy. I don't hate him. I just.
Oh, okay. I know, but
just
he
great
brought it.
songwriter.
He's
God
the only
Squad.
one that brought it.
On the God
Well,
Squad.
he doesn't talk about God Squad on that. He's the only one that recognized.
He's thinking about it though.
The names of Crowley, Hubbard, and Parsons.
Victims.
And it was the person whose last name was Hubbard. It was like Lauren Hubbard. So it was L. Hubbard. And he's like, they're not even fucking trying it. He didn't say fuck, but I'm saying fuck. They're not even trying anymore. They're just putting it out there in your faces, and
Okay, so
nobody's recognizing it.
They're calling it a bucket bomb. Bucket bomb victim list.
So this is one that I've done before, this set.
Oh, pretty.
But I decided to actually go red.
Mm-hmm.
So this has both red and pink.
So you got red and pink, or you got red and gray?
This is a 2-color, so it's a Make Me Blush red and pink fantasy.
I thought you were getting 2 colors though.
This is 2 colors.
Oh, 2 colors in one.
Yeah, it's an ombre.
Oh, awesome.
And then this one is Violet Storm and Pink Mist.
Ooh.
And then I have the classic denim color that I always add as a third. So I'm going to do the red from here. I'm going to do the violet or the purple from here, and then the denim that I have. And then I'm going to save the pink from this one and that one, the pink from here, the magenta from there, and then I'm gonna, the time after this one, I'm gonna have those 2, and then I'll have a probably a more pink pastel, a powdery pink, planning ahead. And then this is part of the reason I love getting my makeup at Walgreens, is because you get points beauty enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
So I had credits, and I got out like a bandit because they also
Stood
had
a
a buy
hand,
two get the
foot,
third free for makeup.
head injuries from the stampede.
Cool.
So I got 3 different.
Ooh. I
nail
like
polishes.
It's gonna match your hair
Mm-hmm. And my makeup.
and your makeup.
So I am. Meh. I am excited. Well, I saw a comment, no teal or aquamarine. So I saw, yeah. So that's the teal-ish color. The denim is the blue color that most people see. That's not the denim. That's teal, but the denim fades into this. This is the denim color all through here. That's what that ends up becoming.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, especially because I'm wearing a lot of teal eyeshadow now. I've been really feeling very Gem in the Holograms lately. Maybe one day I'll be feeling like Thundercats or Thunderpussy.
Well, that was the red.
Yes.
I
even
it'll be in like a week.
I even have a Lion-O inspired orange for my eyeshadow.
Ew.
That was in the discount thing.
Nice.
But it also had a lovely lilac eyeshadow with it too. It had like 4 different colors that did not go together at all, but I could find uses for them.
Yes.
So
awesome.
excited. It's been really fun too. Now that I've really started going full out with makeup and hair and stuff, to have people from the community reach out to me.
For hair and makeup tips?
Yeah, to actually teach them how to do makeup. It's been really fun.
You can be a Mary Kay distributor.
A Moosey K distributor.
There you go.
I found a picture of Peter Crowley's head.
Peter Crowley. Oh, yeah. The guy, Peter.
It's charred.
His head?
Pardon?
His fucking hair plugs are charred.
No, that's his hair.
Richie said there was hair plugs.
It's just greasy hair. That's all. Look at that ear. Yeah, then there was the Lauren Hubbard. You're right about that, L. Hubbard.
Yep. And there was a Parsons. Like in the first paragraph.
The name of it's Parsons Green. That's where the the
Parsons
tube.
Green. That's what it was.
Which, by the
Parsons
way,
Green.
did I have this shared or not?
I can see it.
No, I have another thing to
Oh.
better. So I could show my thingamabob. Sorry.
That is the red, by the way. That
Your
I
icon's
accidentally
on.
got.
There we go. I hope that's not too small.
We can't see you, honey.
You should see it. I'm casting to the Hangout.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
I show you in a second. No. Oh, you can't see it. Just
What?
so
No, I'm
annoying.
on the other. I have my other phone going. I just have the volume down.
No,
So I
no,
can
no,
see-
no. You
I can
can't
see
see
the
what
chats.
you can't see what I'm showing on the output. Oh, don't worry about it.
No, I see the Google page.
Here Here, this is what I'm trying to show you.
I don't know.
I did the gematria of
Oh,
Parsons
yeah,
Green.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
It's a lot of 7s in here. 7 and 11.
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Is there a Circle K?
Kosher? Or the store?
The store.
No, there'd probably be Dunkin' Donuts, right? Isn't that what they're doing in London? Or was that Florida? I don't remember. Yes, the idea is that these hoaxes, if they're hoaxes, I don't want to call them hoaxes. These events are, I would say, known about in advance and are taken advantage of by the media organizations.
Yeah, they just had a drill
Actors,
yesterday.
yeah, or it's a drill covered
Or
as a real
something.
story.
Right. Like in Seattle, they had an active shooter drill the day before that kid
Almost
who
every major event, like
posted like
the Boston bombing, there was a DHS bomb drill going on.
Yep. It's so amazing. I don't know how they do it.
They threaten the families of the people involved.
No, I know. I'm yes.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure
being a smartass.
I'm sure it's done in the name of national security, and
Oh yeah,
these
they
people
get
are,
people
you
to
know,
fucking believe that shit.
well brainwashed patriots who, of course, would do anything for their country.
If someone came up and asked me to be a part of something in the name of national security, I would tell them to fuck off.
You'd first have to get top secret clearance, probably.
How can all these people get top secret clearance?
It's probably
That takes
not
a
that
long
hard.
time.
No. This is the 4th attack, and then so today is 9/15, 9/15, and then 1. So it's a 7-day. So there's a lot of 7s in there.
Yep.
And then just to have a Parsons, a Crowley, and Hubbard, that is fucking amazing, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty good of Richie to figure that shit out.
Yeah, man, that is so wild.
I know.
That is so cool, though.
It's cool?
Fuck yeah.
Why is it cool?
Does that happen naturally?
I don't think it was natural.
Okay, let's say it is.
Do you really think anything happens naturally these days?
Okay, well, what is natural these days? Okay?
Nothing.
Exactly. So it's...
I'm natural.
Let me put it this way. It happened...
You're Clairol, baby.
Okay, here's my supposition. Just assume for a moment this just happened by default. No one it wasn't guided, or it wasn't forced or created or hoaxed. It just really happened. That there was some kind of fire in the tube, right? And just to have those 3 names associated together with this incident, the coincidence, the probability of that happening is probably not that low. Because the association of those 3 names are just meaningful to us.
And to them.
Forget them. Just look at it that it was presented. It happened. It doesn't matter if it was real or not, because it happened. Okay, so it's an event. It's like saying, you know, the I know when I say this, you're going to go, the Civil War was a hoax or something, you know.
No,
it doesn't matter what
it was a hoax.
It doesn't matter if it happened or not, because as far as our collective psyche is concerned, it happened. Or that, you know, if enough people have heard about it, then they know that. So that being said, having those 3 names in it is significant only really to us, or people like us, who tie them together. So if my dad read that, he'd be like, oh, whatever.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So the probability of that happening is probably not like a jillion to 1.
No, right. You're right.
It's probably a much lower or higher probability, like a 25,000. It could happen. That's what I'm getting. So I think this, I mean, that's why it's funny, because it's like, okay.
What is this eternal optimist, Jerry? I don't recognize you.
It's not optimistic. I'm just looking at it from both sides. I can't believe that there's people that believe that. okay, I cannot believe that there's a group of people who pull this off and control all the words that come out of everyone, by providing the baseline story, which has to be in the police reports. All this stuff checks out most of the time, right? Yes, there's irregularity, I'm saying, but like,
I don't know. Has anybody ever gotten their police reports from any of these things?
I don't know, but I'm sure one could get one. But to look at the coverage on the news and to say it's a hoax, that's not really doing any kind of. But that doesn't matter, because I don't think it matters if it's a hoax or not, because it's still steering us in a certain direction, regardless if it was a hoax. We know that anything that's a hoax is not going to get revealed as a hoax to the rest of the world.
No, what I start to look for is what the fuck have they done while this has happened? What are they up to?
Like Irma.
What bill has been passed?
Oh,
what fucking person got out of court? Who's been pardoned?
They just
la.
They just confirmed Jesse Liu as Attorney General, I think. And they're either debating or voted on the NDAA. Oh, and Trump signed the extending the debt ceiling.
Oh, what a fucking huge surprise.
Well, all this shit was going on, and then we had a couple hurricanes show up.
Oh, imagine.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's really funny. It's cool that those three names are involved in this story, and there's so much of the core of what I would say, investigate, for lack of a better term, things we read into, things not into, but about.
Things that we would recognize.
The whole Crowley, Parsons, Hubbard, I mean, that's all. That's basically covers the three areas that we study most.
Throwing it right in their faces.
But no, that's a victim's attitude.
No,
yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's someone else's fault. Why is it someone else's fault?
Seriously?
Seriously. You're assuming you're a victim there.
No, I am not a victim of this. I wasn't involved in this.
So they're not throwing it in your face.
They're throwing it. Okay. What I get from it is the three names. So the people who are attuned to this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they only tip their hats to the people who would know. So what, to drive them nuts? Oh, you go ahead and make another video.
Not to drive them nuts.
But this fake ass shit.
Just to be like, oh yeah, okay, we know you're watching. And so here you go. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. I'm
okay.
On my ass.
I accept that as a possibility. But now consider the other side. What if it happened naturally?
Okay. Yeah. We'll go with that.
That's interesting. It's just interesting. What does that mean? I don't know. It's just funny. I just think it's really funny that those three names showed up in here. And nobody died, it looks like. It was just 22 people got hurt.
22, imagine.
Well, they had 29 injured.
It couldn't have been 19.
It was 29 injured.
17.
Wait, 29 in code's 9/11. Plus, it's an 11, which is 2. It all goes together. It's like, wow, weird.
Mm-hmm. But no, it happened naturally.
It could though. But I'm not. Some of it had to happen naturally. It's not completely fabricated.
No.
I suppose it could be, but that's really difficult. Look at this shit.
The three caballeros.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's difficult?
It's difficult. Can you see that? Can you see that?
What is it saying?
All I'm seeing is a screen that is trying to load and load and load and load.
You gotta click on his.
Oh, it's all fucked up. Never mind. I was scrolling through news.
No, I can see it on the live chat.
Oh, good. Okay.
Or on the live screen.
Well, I've already destroyed it. There it's back. All right.
Parsons Lane. Yeah,
Parsons Green.
Fucking, it said on the thing, it said Parsons Lane.
It's on a Parsons Lane and
chick with
Parsons
a
Green.
thing around her head.
Oh. Parsons Green explosion. Hunt for the tube bomber.
Tube bomber.
The tube bucket bomber.
Wouldn't it be great?
It's going to be great when there's a
tube
bomb.
sock bomber.
I wonder if there's any any tubes that end with the name or with the sound U. Like
YouTube.
Like Bayou Tube. Bayou Tube.
Oh, is that back from Fox?
Fucking ad start.
Maybe it's a conspiracy.
Ordered troops into the streets.
No. What are you talking about, Moose? Conspiracy?
There's this dude on YouTube.
Yeah.
To
talk about something else.
Polarization Nation. Have you ever seen this guy?
Yeah. Yep.
And he does.
You know
what?
Can I interject? You asked about what's natural, and in each page that I've seen you bring up, Hebrew National has been one of the ads.
That's just the AI stalking me.
They're natural.
They are natural.
They're delicious
I do love Hebrew National hot dog.
Yes.
And I do
them
not
so
like
much.
Nathan's hot dog. Because you know why I like Hebrew National? Because they got that snap.
Yes. I am team hot dog all the way.
This guy, Polarization Nation, has some really interesting things. This was good. I'm not going to play it, but I'll just show it. His thing is anagrams. And
you're a tease.
Anagrams he does, and other types of numerology that he'll encode, or that he can find encoded in media, but across multiple venues. So he'll pick news and movies. This one was about John McCain's brain tumor, and then that ship. Remember the Navy ship that hit the shipping ship?
Yeah, there's two of them.
He found connections between those based on the headlines and the encoded. He took an anagram. He'll make anagrams out of the headlines and the key figures in the story, and he can find correlations between multiple events. So it's like there's a synchromistic aspect to what he's uncovered. He calls it a unified something code. Unified. Where he talks. No, maybe not. I forgot, but he calls it a unified something code theory. I don't remember. But anyway, check out his channel. It's very cool.
Okay.
He's got some interesting stuff because he'll look at the gematria, he'll look at the numerology, he'll look at the anagrams, and he actually, one of his prior videos, he said he predicted an event that just happened. It was, and he actually points to the two videos where he said, "This should, if I'm right, then we should expect to see something happen here." So he's basically finding clues encoded in different ways in different types of media: movies, newspapers, etc. Television.
I think it's, people like that do a lot of work, they do a lot of combing, and they come up with a lot of data. And I just, the fact that they do those data dumps, and of course with their own interpretation, I mean, they're not pure data dumps, especially from their point of view. But, it's great that they do that.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting, but it could also be a giant distraction.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm better you say it than I do.
Where's Nomad? It's a distraction.
Yeah, I was kind of dancing around that with the way I was using my language there.
I heard you loud and clear, Ed.
No, I wasn't bringing it up like, oh my God, we need to look at this because it's a big hoax. I only brought it up because of those three names in it, because that's interesting. That's what I find interesting, not the fact that it's a hoax.
You know something? I thought it was very interesting, and I was disappointed I couldn't seem to tie together something of importance to be paying attention to. Other than that, you know what I mean? I was like looking at the story, and I'm like, it's like, is this a flag? What are we looking at? Looks like somebody threw some garbage out of the door.
We're looking at surreality.
Yeah, I know. I just, like I said, I thought that was uber cool. I thought it was very good to pick it up. But I was like, I think with the story it was laying in, it's like, couldn't we have a better story to carry this hidden, trio?
Nobody died.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I mean, that doesn't suck. Well, they got a little crispy. Yeah. They got a little crispy. It's okay. But anyway, yeah, I think it was hilarious. And I don't think there's a group of people going, "Ooh, let's plan a crazy ass news story where 33 people die on the 33rd, when Big Ben starts back up." Watch that happen now.
No, there's like a sink wink there, of some sort. That's why when I was looking at it, I'm going, okay, I'm willing to pay attention. I think there's a wink going on here.
Yes.
I was just looking for why did you wink from this story?
That maybe those, this is, unfortunately, you can look at it both ways. You could say, if they are written that way, then it's a prod to make you look deeper into those three, into that connection.
Okay.
Or it could be a distraction to nudge you away from looking into those three. You could look at it both ways.
Or just stared too far down that rabbit hole when you should be looking at another rabbit's hole.
Exactly. That would also be a distraction aspect of it, which I think it is, but that's why it's still notable. And that's all I wanted to say. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, are you checking with the live chat?
It's 2:00. It's time.
Yeah.
No point to having hosts. I agree.
Well, I was happy to see the invite, because I know we were both heading out. It's like, okay, well, let's go visit Jerry at the Hive.
Let's go crash his hive. No, I invited both guys. I'm putting the headline for that story that I was showing in the chat. I'll put.
I had a great time on the Nox Mente show when I was just my own personal joke was hopefully I didn't come across as Nox Demente.
No, you sounded good. I can't remember. I think I did, or did I record our after chat? Somebody I missed.
I recall you recording our after chat.
Yeah, I got a 2 gig. Yeah, we talked for a while. Cool.
So, like on a physical body.
We have 2 hours of chat with you. I'll have to trim down.
Yeah, edit away.
I actually didn't have to take too much out of the one I did. I did Brandon's today, or last night, whenever I did it, but I published it today. I didn't take too much out. It was almost everything he said, except the first 5 minutes where we were giggling. When I'm checking to make sure everything's set up and ready to go. Anyway. That's all we got. So we're good. Hive 20's in the can. Can't believe we did 20 of these already. Jesus. I think it's time for.
We're done.
We're going to be. Why? Can't wait to get out of here.
Anyway.
You got to go get Jack.
Yeah, I have to get Jack at 11.
Okay.
In the butt, Bob.
In the butt. What else was I going to say? Oh, I think I'm going to do a new theme for 21. We'll do like a new season.
Ooh,
So I'll make
cool.
a new intro, a new song. We'll make it more rock and roll as opposed to more country.
Well,
I'm a
it's
little
the
bit country.
It is the changing of the season into
A
autumn.
little bit rock and roll.
Exactly. I want to take advantage of the moon in Virgo, is it? Or Jupiter in Virgo? Whatever the hell's going to happen on the 23rd.
The Virgin is giving birth.
Pardon?
Yes.
Yeah. The shit, the end of the eclipse season, the end of the world, the whole, where everything crashes. So
and Jupiter will be emerging into Libra.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Not Virgo. Whatever. I know it's her legs are open and the thing's going in.
Yeah. Jupiter emerges from her belly on the 23rd.
Right. And then Keck is like
or
up
24th.
Up in the corner. There's the Keck eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Watching like the pervert. Oh, Nomad's here. We can't leave.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Nomad.
Hope all are well.
Well, we can't quit now. Nomad's here.
Well, we're still going to talk. It's not live.
Hey, Nomad.
How's it going?
Hola.
Hey, Moose. And Radagast.
Nomad, can you
Hello.
say thank you and goodbye?
Thank you and goodbye. Thanks for watching.